Do-do-do. Do-do-do. And we're live. Everybody, this is Angus, Makers, Muse, and Bill from Punished Props is here too.
How's it going?
Hello.
We've also, because there's three of us, I don't have that many microphones. So the microphone on top of the camera is providing the audio. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. I always ask if they can hear me and see me.
Look,
Yeah.
Jack Black's here.
Jack Black.
The
Yeah.
Jack Black? Hi, everybody. Come on. Who can hear me? Who can see me? This is important things. These
Yeah.
are important things here.
We need to know.
We can hear and see you.
Oh.
Yes and yes. Perfect. All right,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome
Nice.
to the stream. So on the docket today is getting the QIDI X Max 3, right? Yeah, QIDI X Max 3 out of the box and printing. This is a new one. The previous one had some issues. They told me I could give it away, and I gave it to a friend and actually traded it for a bag of dicks. It was tasty.
That's a fair
A
exchange.
deluxe, yeah. Andrew Rogers, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for everyone to take frost. Okay, we have to go get a tasty beverage after the stream, per Andrew.
Oh my goodness.
Deal.
All right.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. Producer David, hey, have Bill sing a NoFX song for us.
Yeah, I went to a NoFX show on Sunday.
How was it?
It was awesome. It was so much fun. I haven't seen them in 19 years. At the Warped Tour 2004 was the last time I got to see them.
Warp Tour.
Yeah. And you're in luck. We have a video coming out soon, and in that video, I sing some NoFX.
Do you?
Yeah, I won't subject you all to it here and now.
Really? In a video that came out not too long ago, I did the hammer dance.
Yeah, you did. I saw
did.
that.
Is
It's
it-
pretty
oh.
terrific.
Wait, hey, Bill.
Oh yeah, this
Look
was
at
the
that.
video, right? Oh,
That's it. I think sick.
that is
You wanna-
awesome.
Do you want to hit the thing?
I really want to hit the thing.
Hit the thing!
Wow. That really jumps back, doesn't it?
Yeah, that
Holy
TPU.
crap. I want it one more time. Yeah, so the head of this is all 3D printed metal, huh?
So everything here is 3D printed
Yep.
except for the fasteners.
Sure.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Man. When are we going to get to print this stuff like this in our home? That's what I
It's the problem with powdered metals is they explode.
Ah.
They can explode.
I'm sorry, they can explode. So if there's a plume of them, you know when you're sweeping
Alright.
sawdust and it goes
Yeah.
plumes, yeah. If metal powder does that, there's a spark.
Explosions.
It can explode.
Someone said audio cut.
Audio cut out. Uh-oh.
Randomly
Cutting out
sometimes.
Randomly. All right. Well, it could have been when Bill was hitting the thing.
Could have been it.
It could have been.
Might have been.
Well, let's just okay. No more hitting the thing then.
Yeah.
All right, put the thing away.
Yeah. I mean, we got delicate electronics on a table and we just hit the table with a hammer.
That's what we do. See, audio's fine now. Okay.
Yeah.
So we just can't
Smash
hit things
stuff.
with a 3D printed hammer
Anymore.
anymore.
So
Hey everybody, cool. All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll start getting this machine out of the box while you guys tell the audience about how the three of us had an amazing time at Open Source.
I didn't go to Open Sauce, but we went to Protopasta.
did get a protopasta.
Okay, let's talk about that.
There we go.
I forgot you weren't at Open Sauce. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm so sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. Glad you were there.
I
Scoot
will.
over,
I
Angus.
definitely have to go. Definitely have to be there next year.
Next year, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It
Open
looked-
source was
They
insanity.
look pretty extraordinary, and they're already tickets are already up for sale for the new one.
And I don't even know when it's going to be. So, like, you can get tickets and they're refundable because they haven't set a date yet.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy Dapper Props is here. You going to be at Dragon Con, man? I hope so. I'll be there.
Do you know about
Fred will be
Dragon Con?
I do know about it. They do robots there as well.
They
Do they
do
really?
do
Yeah.
robots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should go.
BattleBots usually has a presence there.
Yeah.
We went one year. They had a whole panel where we got to watch some unaired episodes. Sometimes they have the actual bots there, which is exciting. And Mark DeVitz from Team Icewave is usually there. He's a regular.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I saw Paul Ventimiglia there one time. Good times. Did
Angus and I may have done something with combat robots
Yeah.
yesterday.
oh what?
Yeah. I did.
Maybe.
I did bring my little robots to open source, and they did fight. But you have to wait to see what happens.
Okay. I saw Evan and Caitlin and Bobby Duke were fighting with robots.
Yep.
That was fun. Yeah.
That's exciting.
They
Do you
get
know who won?
I don't. I just saw a clip on Twitter.
Yeah, they gave the remotes to various creators and like, have at thee. And they gave the remote to me for this little tiny robot with a little flipper made out of PLA. And then my opponent was a flamethrower. And Rich just pinned me in the corner and literally the wheels were on fire.
Oh, but you know what?
It's just like burning a little,
That's exciting.
burning rubber.
Flamethrowers, while very theatrical, tend to not be very effective, at least in the 250-pound weight class. So
Yeah.
Flamethrowers don't usually do that much.
No, but in the little classes there,
Yeah.
they're pretty crazy.
I'm excited. I'm sure in the coming weeks we're going to see a lot of content coming out from open source and all the shenanigans that went on.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, literally non-stop. And, like, next year's going to be even bigger. So,
Yeah.
for a first event, had to make it, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, but last week we all got to go to Protopasta.
Protopasta!
In Vancouver, Washington. We caravan down there. We all met at my house.
Oh,
and
that's
then
right. We met at your house.
The Great Pacific Northwest Caravan heading down there. And that was bananas. I've never got to go there or go to any filament manufacturer. So we got to get the full tour and see how they do what they do. And I was crazy impressed with their operation down there. Especially...
You've never been there.
I know. I get really excited about the fact that they build their machines from scratch, completely custom made. So their factory has both a line for producing filament and a machine shop for making the machines to make the filament.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made all the machines.
Yeah.
Like, they're all custom.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, oh, that's loud.
That's fun. Sorry.
They literally have their master batches that they make themselves and then put them into filament and then on the line extrude them. And yeah, we made our own custom colors.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
that was fun.
The custom color you made, though, did look a little bit like mac and cheese.
It did.
Yeah, I was like, I want a peach. And they're like, oh, we'll try this mango color, this and that. Anyway, it came out just looking literally like nacho cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Delicious.
yeah, like doesn't look like a fruit. It looks tasty, but like cheesy tasty, not fruit tasty.
I like
That
how
was
the view from the camera side is like this magic box that Joel just keeps pulling things out of. Like a string of ribbons. Or a rabbit.
You're in luck. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that. I picked the right side.
Should I go hold the front of it? You can slide the
Yes.
box off the back?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Alright.
Let's see what happens. Wait, who's holding what?
I'm gonna
Also,
hold the front.
Okay.
Here, and you pull the
okay.
box off the back. There we go.
Jump behind you. Hey, that worked!
Yeah.
We professional streamers.
Yeah.
There we go. Got a box up top. Oh, that's heavy. That's a heavy one.
That's a big printer. Everyone's saying don't stab me.
I didn't. I put the knife down.
Yeah, I was like, I just put it over here.
We don't need an international incident.
No thanks.
Look, Angus almost got gutted. What? I mean, it was not you. You guys.
Yeah.
We've done far more dangerous things.
We have done more dangerous ones. Yeah, that's a big printer.
I'm noticing a trend. A lot of 3D printers now are coming fully enclosed.
Yeah, quite a few of them actually.
I like it. As someone who has printed a lot of ABS, I appreciate the fully enclosed 3D printer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Yo.
it's too big.
It's
It's too
huge.
big for the camera.
I remember my first QIDI Tech printer. It was like a knockoff MakerBot 2X, but it was like smaller and just this little tiny compact machine. And now they make the.
Every machine at one point was a knockoff Rep 2.
Oh yeah, that's how they like all of these companies got started.
Tape on top.
I don't really, I was just thinking, I don't have a big 3D printer right now.
Do you want one? I could totally put this in your car when we're done.
I don't want to commit to anything live on the internet before I talk to my wife.
Yeah, that's the go-to. I need
That's
to ask
fair.
permission. To peel all the thingies off.
We're actually pretty low on 3D printers in my house. We currently have the Prusa i3 Mark III,
That's right.
which we've been doing a lot of prototyping on for our new venture. And I still have my Ultimaker 2 Plus Extended.
You have that.
Yeah, and it's still printing. I mostly print in ABS on that for my props.
So one of the things that I like about when a printer is fully enclosed and it has a door, sometimes they only open to here. This one opens all the way and then some.
Fantastic.
So that feels good.
I got some big zippy ties.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I can get in there.
Where? Where'd you see the zippy?
On the axes.
Oh yeah. Oh, to keep it safe.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, you want to cut?
I'm on it.
So they've used
Oh.
2 kinds of expanding foam.
Yeah, 2 different kinds.
Just to add insult.
There you go, Bill. Get in there.
We got all kinds of.
Hey, Steve Builds, a member for 19 months. Howdy, everyone. Good to see you, Joel, at Open Sauce, and awesome to meet you, Angus. There we go. Steve Builds, Boron people.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, thanks for being a member. So, like,
awesome to meet you too.
for Steve, he's a member on YouTube. So, if you want to help support the channel and what we do here, you can become a member on YouTube as well.
Do all the things.
Do all the things, yeah.
It's the design inspired by the Portal Companion Cube. It is roughly the same size. I would love it. I actually love that if it looked like a companion cube.
You're doing good, Bill.
Thank you.
Did someone do that as
Yeah, for the
shelf for the
P1P,
P1P?
Neil 3D prints.
Yeah.
The guy that does all that. Yeah, he did the portal, or the companion cube for the P1P. Also did the Star Trek Borg cube. That was kind of fun too.
Should we consult the quick start guide if there is one?
Yes.
I feel like these are stuck under this bar. Like it needs to go up a hair.
It could be that you have to power it on to then move that up.
Got a few more.
Get him. Ooh,
A few more things in there.
look at that.
Maybe
Got a little cardboard up here.
Okay. Oh wow, you're really getting it. Look at all these things just coming out of the machine.
There's more of that.
Are you just ripping cardboard?
So yeah, I think we have to.
You gotta
maybe
move the
power it up to
axis up.
get these out.
Will we see
Looks like
okay.
any Rep Rap festivals? I will try to make a Rep Rap festival in the future, for sure.
Okay.
How hard would it be for you to get to Smurf in the UK? Is it more difficult?
It's
to
a
go to the
longer,
UK?
it is actually a longer flight, but very doable. And I do have family there, so
Oh.
I do owe the UK a visit at some stage.
Okay. Let's see.
There's your quick start guide.
Oh, there's the quick start guide. So the plan is, I know I will be at the Sanjay Mortimer Rep Rap Festival in the UK, over in Oxford. They're doing it at the Oxford University
Oh,
in the
wow.
Learning Hall. So they're saying it's going to look like Harry Potter, which is kind of fun.
Man.
It should be fun. Philip Brown, AU to anywhere is a nightmare.
It's true. That's why we don't leave the country.
Yep.
Because it's really nice there, and it takes forever and lots of money to get anywhere else.
Angus and I are talking about doing something in Australia when I can make it there.
Yeah.
And Bill, you went to New Zealand.
New Zealand, I got close.
Yeah.
But I do also would love to go to Australia. We could visit Jazza down there,
Yeah, he's in Melbourne.
I love that dude.
and a few more people we know.
What did you do in New Zealand, Bill?
I went to Hobbiton and I went to Weta Workshop. and
Naturally.
I got to do all kinds of fun stuff there. I have to go back though; it's been a while.
Les Thatcher with a $5. Look at that. Anytime
All
someone
right.
gives five, it's always a
High five.
it's a high five out there. Yeah.
We have some local Seattle friends who moved to New Zealand and now work at Weta Workshop. So we have an in.
So wait, when I come down to visit Angus in Australia, we can then tell you to go to New Zealand, and we'll meet you there.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then we go
Yeah.
because from Australia to New Zealand is nothing, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you can swim.
Yeah, it's shorter than going between places in Australia.
I've also been to Fiji. That's out that way.
Is it?
Yeah, I had my honeymoon in Fiji.
How was that?
It was great. It was
It
literally
sounds great.
paradise.
Oh wait.
Okay,
Yeah, well, I bet like super paradise, right?
Yeah, we spent our days, we would take day cruises out to tiny islands that are basically shovelfuls of dirt in the middle of the Pacific. And then we would juggle our time between drinking beer on the beach and snorkeling in the ocean.
How was beer in Fiji?
It was, they have their own, it's called Fiji Bitter.
Oh, nice.
And it was fine.
Did it taste better because you were there?
Oh, yeah.
So we've got 4 screws to remove from the print bed.
Oh, that's probably why. I wouldn't know.
that's why you couldn't take it out.
Yeah, so that's like the like the bamboo.
Comes with a glue stick.
Oh wow, that's cute.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
it's Deli brand. It's a Deli glue stick.
And that filament has a cartridge. I don't think it's like RFID style, but
wow.
it's still, you put filament in a thing.
So you got a dessicant, you got a seal.
Yeah.
I mean, you need that for your carbon fiber and nylons and
Oh, this is
polycarbs and stuff.
yeah. This is
Oh, look at that! Yeah, you can use that.
electric screwdriver.
So also, a machine comes with this box of accoutrement, and it is, I've got another hot end in here.
Oh yeah, spare.
Have you seen one of those before? Maybe in a bamboo?
It looks pretty similar.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah.
The hot end looks very, very similar to the bamboo. Here.
Yeah.
Let's take it out and show 'em. I'll bring it around.
Ooh. That's a nice long screw. I'm going to keep that.
Hey, you can keep that.
It's an M3, I'm guessing? It's a long M3?
So there we go. So if that hot end looks familiar, that's why.
Oh, it's focusing on me.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I have
Stop
to
it,
hide.
Angus.
I have to hide.
There we go. There we go. There's the hot end. Similar, not exactly, but similar.
Very close.
Which is fine, all things considered.
As long as it works.
Right.
That's all I care about. You got some
Looks like
shock
feet.
absorption feet.
After Bill's done unscrewing things, let's put the feet on.
Can I keep these screws, Joel? No.
I would love it if you kept
Okay.
those.
These are just nice M3s.
Yeah, they're long. Nice long M3s.
Those are like a buck a piece at the hardware store.
Yeah, I use M3s for a lot of stuff.
Like a lot of
This is the topsy turvy land where everything's weird, like fractions of an inch. Not
Come
like
on, 5/32, Angus, don't you know?
I have an Allen key that's 7/64. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I
That shouldn't
that I
exist.
now things go up.
Oh, you got the okay. So
Yeah.
Bill's getting the screws out. Angus has the manual, the guide.
Yeah,
I didn't know it'd be put. So
I've
because
learned
Bill
to
is
be-
actually doing the work, we'll let him do some show and tell later.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
You've earned it.
Thank you.
I think
All right, we can get these.
we got the foam out from under the bed.
Oh, Prosh Manx. Hey, dude. M3s are the best M. That's true.
It's a good end.
A lot of people use M3s. M2s are just small, and M4s are not out there, right?
Yeah, M2s are really small.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 when I try and tap an M2, it just
Power 'em
it
up.
just-
Yeah.
He walks through it walks through a first layer,
Oh, it does?
a first setup
Okay.
routine. Yeah.
I'll wait till Bill's done, because he's just pulling everything out. Jeez, man. It's packaged well. 3DP UK, thanks for becoming a member here on the YouTubes. I appreciate that. That actually super helps with everything that we're doing. Welcome to the show.
Earning my keep.
Good job, Bill.
Did this come with it? This
Yeah,
like for keeping it dry and
I
everything?
think so.
Neat.
Gonna have to put some nylons. Some pet G's. The best G's. So is the power on time? You want to do it?
Yeah.
It's right here. We're powering it on. This is great. Philip Brown. Oops, turns out it's a microwave. I mean, it could be.
Is it plugged in?
I don't know. No.
I'm like, well, it's not turning on, so.
Who's gonna make like the first combination enclosed 3D printer convection oven?
I mean, it's possible.
Some-
They've made a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. They should be able to do that.
Some printers or some filament needs to be baked right after it's printed.
Yeah, it's just dry to get the.
Yeah, it'd be
moisture
pretty
on
great
it.
if you could heat it up right in the enclosure.
It's a big printer, 330 by 330.
330 by probably
Probably about the same.
330. It's probably
Nice.
330 square, 330 cube. I know my dimensions.
You know, the college I went to, we had a combination Pizza Hut,
Take that.
Taco Bell, right on campus.
It's the best.
Yeah. Someone walked in one day and was like, that one right there, that table. They're like, okay, picked up and walked away with the table. Like, they just acted like they knew what they were doing and no one stopped them, and they stole a table.
In broad daylight.
Yeah.
That's actually
All right.
a respect. Oh, Angus, you're doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
Lead
so-
us through what you're doing.
So you've already removed the zip ties.
Yep.
You've already removed the screws. So now
Yeah.
it should
Oh,
move
that's
the
right there in your
platform.
pocket.
And it should let us release anything underneath the
Sweet.
platform.
Hey, look at it slowly move up. This is great. Local maker am I. How long does it take to make popcorn on that thing? I don't know yet. Ron Floyd with the $5. What's up, Ron?
Hey.
There it is. Joe Angus and Bill. Jab, the 3 wise men of 3D printing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've had enough coffee to be that, Ron, but it's always good to see you, man. Hey, look at that.
Oh, look, it came with chapstick.
And Bill never talked again.
Yeah.
There's PVA.
I do like that it's has very little English on it, except the word glue stick.
It's local.
Looks good.
Big Red Killer 1. It's quiet. Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
It's not so bad. And actually, microphone's on top of the camera here, so we're getting ambient. Not too bad.
Yeah, the fan's quite quiet. Yeah. All right. Next.
Yes.
All right. Calibration.
Ooh.
Preheat before leveling. Leveling effect will be better. All right. Well,
It doesn't say to load filament yet.
I'll just preheat to like what, 220 or something.
It's so the quick start guide shows a 60C.
60C.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's the bed preheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a bed should be at 220.
I mean,
60C is good.
Oh, it's got little feet.
it does have little feet, and those should make it so it's not as loud. When it's printing?
Giorgio says the rods are hollow metal,
Hollow.
which is interesting.
Okay.
Because, you know, the carbon fiber rods in the Bonneville for, like, keeping the mass down.
Yeah.
But they abrade. Like, people are complaining about dust everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, so still metal rods, but hollow. So it would reduce the weight.
yeah, but it might not abrade, maybe.
Abrade being.
Like creating dust.
Oh,
Like
I just
wearing.
wear away. Yeah. I'm gonna see an LTT water bottle for the win. You know it. LTTstore.com.
I need a new one. Mine broke.
You'll get one this weekend.
Yeah, I had a version 1 and the strap broke. And I dropped it. And they don't like being dropped.
No. Oh no, they don't. How's the heat cycle going?
Pretty slow. It's at
Okay.
37.
Oh, interesting.
So, will it do its thing?
Okay. They do give you a spool holder, so you can choose to use that or just have a standard spool. It looks like, unless that. Nope, I think that is exactly it.
I don't know about you, but I found that around here I don't really have to worry about moisture, the filaments or anything.
No, people ask that a lot. They, how do you keep your filament out? It's gonna get just waterlogged. I'm like, no.
It doesn't actually get too humid
No.
in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Florida though.
Yeah.
Florida's bad.
We hear from people in Florida who have trouble with spray paint, and humidity and spray paint
So it never-
do not get along.
Really? Like it never. So it just doesn't cure. It doesn't.
Yeah, like it could take days or just never cure. If it's humid,
Jeez.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. But around here, especially in the summertime, I'll take something outside to spray paint it or airbrush it, and when it's warm and dry, it dries so fast.
It's so nice. A minute later, you're like, second coat.
Still heating.
Still heating.
Yeah, I might just send it at 50.
Wexter, what's up with a 2? What's up, Wexter? Hey, Wexter. This mini Joel is missing legs, and you'll see why soon.
Wasn't it the one we hit with the...
Yep. No, yes, it was, but it
Yeah.
survived,
It survived, yeah.
didn't it? Or was that the one that we hit with the other things?
I think we hit a lot of... we
did-
hit a lot of prints.
We
with
did hit a
a
lot
lot
of things. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to send it. It's at 55.
Okay. After waiting for the let's see. Click the button and set the temperature according to your print filament. Allow the temperature to reach the value and proceed to the next step. Next step. After waiting for platform and print head positions to initialize, select the appropriate number to adjust the height of the platform. So this is doing a Z offset. It looks like.
Yeah. Cool.
Here we go. Place the leveling card between the nozzle and the build plate. Gently slide the leveling card back and forth while using the up and down buttons to adjust the nozzle's height until you feel a slight. You know how to do this.
Yeah, it's actually the same as their old version. Because I have the X Max.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Not the 3.
Not the 3.
Are they sending you the 3?
They probably would. I forgot some foam somehow.
Oh, great phone.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
I've got a whole room under the house full of foam like that.
What does a beast like this go for? These days?
I think it's like it's $8.99, $9.99, something like that.
So first,
There's a link in the description
Uh-huh.
if you want to click it.
first usability issue is how do you get your hand in there?
Oh, do you have to go through the top?
I mean,
We'll get a ladder.
because you can move it closer.
Yeah. Do you want a step stool?
Nah, it's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 0.1. It's actually quite far away.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Jeff Sawyer, $1,000. Yeah, so $9.99.
So move it down or up? Can't tell. Let's move it down.
Yeah, you don't know up or down is like closer.
If it's the nozzle of the bed,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's moving the bed up.
Okay.
Let's go to 1. It's really far away. Yeah, there we go.
Helen Mitchell, I think this is an OSHA violation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe?
The bed is at 60 degrees C.
So if we move it up too much, Angus's hand gets stuck.
And
McDarrow, Ender 7 mod. I mean,
yeah.
chop off the front.
Send it.
just I'll go get the angle grinder.
All right, that's pretty good. A little bit closer, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, it says,
What does it say till it's like pinching it tightly?
it
or?
says, please exercise caution around the heated build plate to avoid burns.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, but it literally sandwiches your hand into it.
Oh, after identifying the accurate distance, proceed to the next stage and enable the machine to automatically perceive the distance at each point.
Okay.
So
Oh,
now
yeah.
I think it'll do the thing.
Right.
Big Panda with a tenner. That's 2 5s. That's
All
2
right.
5s. Hey, there you guys are a big inspiration for me to get good with 3D printing. Thanks for all you've done so far. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to us.
All right.
That's really nice. Someone said we're a big inspiration. So
Oh,
it's
that's
really
nice.
kind. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Red Panda Zombie, new member. Thanks for that. Members on YouTube get to support the show and what we do. Is that a BL Touch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a genuine feel touch?
That I don't know.
Looks like it's touching a lot of spots.
It should. It's going to touch many.
That's
Oh, after the leveling process, it then does input shaping.
Oh, so we're gonna get some noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the newest printer I have has auto bed leveling. It's the first printer I have that has that,
Yeah.
and I can't not have it.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. My old printer I had to level the bed recently, and I felt like a caveman.
What about the Ultimaker?
Yeah, old man. Snacks.
I do love a good desiccant in the morning.
Like it looks like astronaut food.
It does, yeah. Freeze dried.
I assume I'll just cut it out of here, right? Let's see. And there we go.
Yep.
Should be in a little baggie. Perfect.
Sweet.
So it's got a little hole here that you can shove it in. There we go. Desiccantide.
Philip said, "What? No gummies."
Yeah, no
Yeah.
gummies, none.
GD doesn't have a gimmick like that. They don't send you a little
That's
duck. You don't get gummies. You don't get a
Ugh.
lollipop. You don't get little candies.
Rude.
What snack if you sent products out into the world, what snack would you include?
Musk sticks.
You stop right now.
I still have a bag.
We have a friend from Tasmania who every so often sends us treats from that area of the world. A lot of Tim Tams.
Yeah, they're tasty.
lot of Tim
They're really
Tams.
good.
Joel usually gets to share in some of the Tim Tams, but he did send Vegemite one time. I didn't try it. I wasn't brave.
You just don't do it too thick. That's the mistake. It's not peanut butter.
Yeah.
You do a little bit on some nice butter on like a bagel or something. It's really good. You don't do like a thick, unless you're a nutcase. You don't do a thick slab of it.
He sent some kangaroo jerky.
That's
Yeah.
you're right.
I don't think I tried that either. I'm not very adventurous. In fact, I did a Comic-Con in the Philippines, in Manila one time.
Really?
Yeah, and I ate at Wendy's and Sbarro and Buffalo Wild Wings. I I had to wear a foam costume all day, so I wasn't feeling too adventurous with the food.
Oops.
Oh, what happened?
I thought the top was on, so I just tossed the thing on top of there, and it turns out that doesn't work.
Nah.
So there should be a little bit of PTFE, okay.
Homemade jerky. I've never done homemade jerky.
No?
It's not too difficult. You just have a box with like a little light that just keeps it warm and dry, and it's pretty good.
I have a smoker, pellet smoker. That'd probably be useful with the jerky.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
So the little bit of PTFE they give you to connect to the spool holder here, it's kind of too short.
It's too short?
It's too short.
No. You can't get it out now.
Well, I mean, I gotta take out the little holder thing.
Yeah.
Actually,
over-eager filament routing paths is like the bane of my existence. They're like, you can put the filament to the printer through 2 meters of PTFE. And like, no.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
actually, if you come to my house tomorrow, we'll smoke some pork ribs.
Smoke some meats.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
Right.
Everyone likes a good smoked meat.
Yeah.
I'm just loading filament.
Yeah.
David Hortz is recommending Vegemite on grilled cheese.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
I could
it's
see
a good
that.
sort of umami sort of thing, like salty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's that sort of thing?
Yeah. So it'd be nice with that. Marmite is better than Vegemite, which is a knockoff. That's gonna start a war.
Oh, Alec Richter's in the chat. Hello,
Oh,
Alec.
sweet. Hey, Alec.
Haven't seen you in a number of years, buddy. Hope you are well.
What's the size of the QIDI X Max? Large.
It's very large.
What would you say that is? It's like 60 centimeters cube.
The spool holder on the back is just awful. Like, it's terrible.
Spin around. Show them.
It's doing something. There's just there's a tiny little bit of PTFE to get through, and it makes it difficult to put it through, and then I don't know.
This has to connect to this?
Yeah.
How many leveling points are there? Yeah, it seems to be still leveling a lot.
Did I get that out?
Hopefully it doesn't do that before each print,
So
because
this
that's
has to go over
ridiculous.
Yeah, so you gotta do that to put it in there.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah, it's still going.
It's still leveling.
Still leveling. Well, that looks good enough, and then we'll
Get
finish
it
it.
pulled
Yeah.
out.
There we go. Don't do that. I want to make sure.
No.
'Cause then it goes
Oh
under
yeah,
there.
I see.
Don't worry, Joel will be back from his filament routing adventure shortly.
Yeah, I'm here.
They're like, where is this, Joel?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The spool holder on the back is just a bad idea. Why do people put spools on the back? Look at the size of this machine. It's gargantuan. And wherever you put it, you're going to have to find a place for it. You could put it on a shelf. You could put it on a table. You can put whatever. But in order to access the spool behind it, you can't just reach and do stuff. You have to be behind the machine, which really limits your ability to easily add and change filament. So that is a knock. That is not a good thing.
It's still leveling.
Still.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty big build plate to cover, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at it go. The little screen is showing the points though. There's only two
That's
more,
good.
Okay. Okay.
Compensation
I
value.
think.
Oh no, it's just it looks like that's the case.
Yeah, that's just a static image. Got it.
Yes, yeah. What was a bright idea? Was it put spool holders in the back of these mass printers?
Yeah. Because what if you have it on a shelf? How are you going to like spin the printer around together?
Well, Sean Christopher saw a girl on Twitter that had a printer on a Lazy Susan.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
But I'd be lazier and just put it at the front.
yeah, or the side, or the way. I don't know. I don't know.
I remember the first printer I had was the Dremel 3D printer,
Oh, the Dremel Idea Builder.
and you put the filament inside the
of
enclosure.
it. Yeah. Which isn't terrible.
No.
I mean, there are good ways to do things,
Yeah.
and it's not on that list.
I never did that. I just fed it out the side.
Right. Lots of people fit it out the side and just, I think, drilled holes and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I did something similar.
think my brother still has that machine.
Your brother still has machines for me too.
He does.
No.
I have machines from you too, as well.
Alright.
Is it done?
Yes.
Half of every household in the Pacific Northwest has
Maybe.
That's true.
From Joel.
Benjamin Ford with the fiver. There's the 5. Does it use a BL Touch or an inductive probe? It is a BL Touch-esque probe. We don't know if it's a real BL Touch or if it's a knockoff.
Looks different.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. So next is going to be the input shaping.
Alright. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What is input shaping? I don't know what that is.
Huh? Would you like to?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. It's basically figuring out resonances at high speeds and trying to compensate for them as the machine moves.
Okay.
To like cancel them out.
Right.
So if the machine's going this way and it wants to make a 90-degree corner,
Yeah.
then you're going to
you'll
get
see
some
like
ghosting
an echo,
because it
yeah.
goes blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So what it does is it knows the resonance of X and Y,
Mhm.
depending on belt tightness and
Sure.
speed and stuff like that. And so it knows how much it can slow down and then how it can speed up again without ghosting anymore.
I wonder if putting the rubber feet on would affect that.
Yeah. So let's listen to it. It's stepping through frequencies. And it gets louder and louder as it hits the resonances.
Uh-huh.
Here, actually, I have a great model that shows this off. Let me go grab it. Because I did these on my board.
Yeah. When it's some of them, if you have them on a shaky table that also gets resonances, it sounds like it's taking off
Yeah.
because it hits them.
Oh, let's see, where is it? Is this the one? Yeah. Okay. It's hard to show the camera, but I did take some. You can kind of see there's these echoes right there.
Yep.
Where the
Oh, yeah,
ghosting-
look at that.
Yep.
That's a good example.
So then I did input shaping. And look at that one, they're gone.
Oh, wow.
Same model, same speed. And so input shaping allows the nozzle and the head to just move in a way that compensates for any artifacting that can occur at high speed.
Who does these models?
That one is Clock Spring 3D.
That's right. And they do theirs in Tinkercad, right?
No.
Or Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
So, there's someone else I remember seeing do most
Chuck.
of the models.
Chuck Hellebuck uses Tinkercad.
Yeah, I still use it sometimes. Like if you chuck an STL in it, it's really good for modifying it.
John Stern. Angus once again claims engineering ignorance and then gives a perfect
Yeah,
explanation.
if I say it and understand it, then I'm always able to like mess it up and not be in trouble.
But yeah, so when it's doing the resonance of the machine, like having the door open or the top on, any of that stuff can actually contribute to how it moves. And so you have to.
It's pretty quiet.
It's actually not bad.
Like even going through those frequencies, it hasn't actually hit a really loud resonance.
Yeah.
That's done.
Oh, it's done.
All right.
Oh, sweet. And now it wants you
These are
to.
meat boxes.
They are kind of neat. Thread. Oh, next axis.
Next axis, yeah.
Angus, if you had to get to go anywhere, any fun eateries around the Seattle area?
I went to a place that was like half Hawaiian, half Japanese.
All right.
It's like a tiki bar sort of thing.
I can get behind that.
It was really good. Yeah. Your cocktails here are really boozy compared
Yeah?
to ours.
Yeah.
They're like,
They're not
Prop-
boozy in Strat?
nah, they got like limits on how much you can put in. These, I think they're like literally half.
That sounds responsible.
Half alcohol. And they're like, what, 13 US or whatever? Which is
Yeah.
like not that expensive. Yeah, that was good.
Look at this chamber heating fan.
Oh, okay.
This might actually have a heated chamber a bit.
We
It
took
should
our
do.
popcorn.
That's right, for the popcorn. That should work at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, Nero is saying with how heavy the machine is, it shouldn't resonate too much. Yeah, literally, there's no substitute for mass.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, those CNC machines are made out of, like, epoxy granite.
Yeah.
Because, like, heavy equals, rigid. And
Yeah, the heavier you are, I mean.
it just dissipates vibrations.
This is why I need a larger lathe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Sure.
the mini lathe, and that thing shakes a lot.
Does it really?
It does, yeah.
What do
Especially
you have
like,
it on?
It's just on top of a wooden bench
Okay.
that shakes a lot.
Oh, I got practical printing in the chat.
Really? Where? There he is. I know these people.
Uh,
There he is. Hey, Krusty.
That's
What's
someone,
going on?
someone I would have liked to have caught up with on this trip, like the good old times.
Krusty, get up here. Fly to Seattle real quick.
Right now. Come
do it.
Come to Linus Tech Tips Expo.
Yeah, come to LTX. Ooh.
Oh, that one's a bit loud.
That's loud. That's good. That's good.
We almost had liftoff.
Ooh.
I love that sound though.
It's
pretty good. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's
right
good.
at the tail end, you got some sound.
We gotta update the firmware. Remember that?
That's only if you connect it to Wi-Fi.
No, we're supposed to do it over USB.
Oh, well, that's do they have it on their website?
Yeah. I'll get to. I just hope we don't have to go through this after updating the firmware. We'll go through the first run setup.
We totally will.
Okay, so let's get through the first run setup, right?
Yeah.
Is it done?
I should be.
It says please wait.
Oh, it's doing the calculations.
3 of 4. Please
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
It's going. Good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run the.
Yeah.
first
So
run.
Nero says you have to redo it after updating firmware.
Sweet. Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, now it wants filament. Here,
Yeah.
You want me to do the screen? You do the filament.
Sure.
It's kind of there.
What was the filament?
Keep pushing filament into sensor.
Is it PLA or?
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you push it when it wants the tube to be connected? What, do you just turn it?
No.
Someone didn't think this through.
No. Is it going through?
Yeah, it's going through.
Okay. Angus is feeding the filament. Feed that filament, Angus.
And complaining.
Ooh. Camera's gonna get my good side. What's up? Push filament until keep pushing the filament into filament run out sensor until reach extruder. Okay, so is it?
There was no way to bypass this first step, is it?
No.
You had to do it.
Oh yeah.
So we have to do it twice if we update the firmware.
This printer is installed with a copper-plated hot end. If you want to print nylon CF, PET CF, ABS, glass-filled, etc., please replace it with a high-temp hot end. So there's multiple hot ends. Ugh, why can't you just put the high-temp hot end on there? Come on. Is it in?
Yeah. The copper's got the better thermal conductivity.
Ooh, nozzle temperature. Here we go. Oh my gosh. 220, I guess?
Yeah.
Sure.
What was the filament?
PLA?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Rapido PLA. So it's...
220.
Yeah. 220 is fine. It's heating up pretty well.
Sweet.
I have too much fun with that.
Yeah.
Does it come with the other nozzle? It does. Oh well.
Is it a spare or is it a replacement?
Oh, that I don't know. Where'd I put it?
That was a redundant question.
Oh, the only difference between the hot ends is the hardened nozzle. Okay. Oh. So that's got a hardened nozzle on it then.
Maybe.
Ish.
Yeah, it looks like steel.
Okay.
It's coated with something.
I'm just going to hit next. It's at temperature. Ensure the filament into the extruder. Click below button for loading filament until filament comes out of nozzle. Okay. Sweet. Is it pulling filament?
No. It is not.
Okay.
Try again. Now it is.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay, so it's going to poop out a little bit of filament.
Practical Printing says a Delta flight to SeaTac in time for dinner costs around $1,500.
Worth it. Be a good dinner.
Yeah, flights don't be cheap these
Is
days.
it still going? Is it still pulling?
No, it stopped.
Okay.
Now it's going.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you have to hit this button over and over.
What if you hold it down?
Nope.
That was like the one thing that CraftBots did really well was like the screen you could hold your finger down.
There we go. Okay, I got some hot filament.
Alec is curious what sort of build surface it's got.
It looks to be powder coated PI-ish.
Yeah, a style of
Something like that. There we go. Look at that. We got filament.
little filament poop.
Okay, next.
I'll keep that.
Guided tour finished. Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, it's moving. Whee. It's very stringy. What are you doing? Okay.
Where are you going?
Core XY. So on the screen here it says Core XY 20 millimeters per second squared, based on Clipper.
Okay.
It says that.
20 millimeters per second squared. Or 20.
Yeah, 20 millimeters per second squared,
Okay.
based on Clipper.
Yep.
And it gives you what their chip is. It's a Cortex A53, 1.5 gigahertz. That's just on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so do we do a print or do we do the firmware update?
Well, I do trust Nero in that everything we did would be redundant.
Should we just run a print and then do the firmware update? It's supposed to be fast.
Yeah. I mean, you're cool.
Well, how long? Here, hand me the USB stick.
If they have like a 15-minute benchy.
Yeah, exactly. Let's try that first. Where do you...
Where is the USB port?
Is it in the back? Oh, it's in the back. That would be awful. Is it over by you?
Everyone's saying just print.
Yeah. Let's just full send. Let's just do it. Where's the USB port?
Is it in the inside of the thing?
Surely not. Top.
Is it up top? Okay. And not top. No, not side. Is it really not over there?
No. I will consult the manual. It's a big printer.
It's got plastic on the front. At least I can get that. Oh.
USB port. It's at the back corner. That's
What?
awful. Yeah.
Oh, they can't even see it. Here.
Oh no. They
There we
can't.
go.
They still won't be able to see it.
That's true. So follow my finger.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
back,
Someone said
here. It's
yeah.
right here.
Someone
There you
said
go.
it would be in the dumbest spot possible.
There you
And
go, right there. It's not on the front.
it's not at the front.
This is stupid. Okay, so print.
Probably go straight into the controller.
Here we go. Yeah. So Xcode Bunny Wild Rose builds puzzle. Oh, okay. Okay.
I like puzzles.
This
Yeah.
benchy is 17 minutes.
All right.
17-minute benchy.
Perfect.
Yeah. Printing with enclosure may cause high temperatures and softening of filament. Please open the top cover and keep it ventilated. Okay, no top cover.
Yeah, you got it open. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
So there's a top cover just for
Okay.
stuff that really needs enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the heat just rises.
Yeah.
So
And so we have an insulation foam cover for our Ultimaker for printing ABS.
There we go.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I have a jar
Oh,
full
right
of
there. There we go.
acetone and
There we go.
ABS, a little slurry that I
yeah.
spread on to keep it, and it works awesome. It
It's
works
that's
great.
old school, but it works. Yeah.
But that's mostly because I still have a lot of ABS filament, and it sands very well
Yeah.
for props.
Yeah. PLA doesn't sound great, and
No.
the temperature resistance is awful.
Does Harrison still have a big bunch of Ultimakers?
Yeah, he's that same one, the 2+ extended. He's got an army of them.
right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a benchy here soon. Uncle Jesse in the chat.
All
Look
right.
at that. Bill Angus Joel, what an awesome trio. Hey, maybe Uncle Jesse will come out soon. Maybe.
That'd be great.
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
Possibly, maybe. I hate. God, this is just. You have to confirm that the enclosure is open before it'll start doing anything.
It's like the whole, yes, I want to print something. Would you like to print? Yes. Confirm the print.
Okay, bed's at 60.
Prepare to
57,
fast forward.
say.
Prepare to fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forward.
Enclosure is at. No, the enclosure is at 81. No, that's not okay.
What, A1F.
There's 3 fans listed. Does it have a? Oh, it's got a fan on the side here, blowing. No.
Maybe that's what the Max 3 is for. 3 fans.
Could be. Okay. Feel touch. Okay. It's doing leveling again.
It's gone flat.
Oh, it does leveling just on the space where the model is.
Okay,
Oh,
so
alright.
yeah, like the Mark IV.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Thank you, Dapper Props, for recognizing my Spaceballs joke.
Someone said, does it print or just level?
So far, it's a leveling machine.
So far, it just levels.
Yeah,
It's like Rick and Morty with like perfect level.
that's right.
It's just trying to achieve it.
We've used that in videos before where
Have
we
you?
talk about leveling. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, so you dabble in perfection? Okay, there we go.
All right.
It's now leveled. It went to the front. It is taking the nozzle to 20, and it's keeping the bed at 60. So nozzle heats up pretty fast.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too long.
Jeff says you can untick leveling if you want as well.
I could, but why would I do that, Jeff?
You like to live on the edge.
This machine seems quite proud of it. Its work.
Yeah, this machine is proud of the leveling. I don't want to actually. I want it to have fun. Okay, I can't read that.
You guys have a lot of 3D printers. You ever name them? So, for example, our Ultimaker is named Fresh Prince.
Didn't
Fresh
your chat name that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of our tools have fun names.
I do. If the machines join the Wi-Fi, I will name it.
That makes sense.
Like one of my machines at home is Stimpy because yeah.
Why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's doing a thing. Looks like it's doing first layer.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, movements are fast.
Yeah.
Sweet. Those movements are quick.
I can hear the rapids.
I thought the video was skipping. But no.
So it's just doing first layer. Once it moves to layer 2, it'll kick up into high gear or something. It's only got 16 minutes left, it says.
Yeah, so that's a pretty quick benchy.
But it's a pretty quick.
Here's those cooling fans kicking up.
All right.
That's going to be loud.
Maybe. Okay, it's moving.
Yeah, I don't tend to name my printers unless I get annoyed with them, in which case I name them inappropriate
Yeah.
names.
I need to come up with a name for my Prusa. Good name for that. Although, all our machines get names.
Yeah.
Like our pressure pot was named Jeff.
Really?
Yep.
Jeff the pressure pot?
Just Jeff.
Just Jeff.
Just Jeff.
But Geoff.
Oh.
You know.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Proper Jeff.
Proper Jeff.
Like British Jeff.
British Jeff. Look at it go.
Our table saw was named
Yeah.
Samuel L. Paxson. The chat definitely did that one. And then my drill press is named the Bungholer.
Yeah. Appropriate.
Yeah.
Didn't you send the craftsmen some wire strippers?
I did.
What were they named?
Stripper names like Candy and
Glenda, right?
Crystal.
Did you have Glenda in there?
Maybe, I don't remember. That's
been a
watch the
while.
video again. Nice.
Do you guys watch The Craftsman?
If you
It's
don't,
so good.
you're missing out.
It's the best puppet on the internet.
Yeah.
So satisfying.
I'd say he's
Relaxing.
tied with Randy Feltface.
That's fair.
I just purchased the pocket knot from Craftsman. He's got a little injection molded figure.
Yeah.
He's got injection molding.
Of course he has.
And he had a Buddy CNC, an aluminum injection molding mold.
Sweet.
And then he's got a machine to.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's cool.
So
That's
he's
really
been
cool.
doing runs of those. And now that he has injection molding going, he can do. He was doing resin casting to sell his toys, which takes forever. The injection molding, when you pop parts out, like a couple every minute.
Yeah, I did see a few early videos of him playing with injection molding.
So we got a newer one that uses compressed air for all the mechanisms, which is like way more consistent and way quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I would definitely want to get into is injection molding.
John Stern, who is Craftsman?
But he spelt it correctly, so.
Here, I'm gonna go find the YouTube channel. Put it in the chat.
Yeah. So
Is
worth
it-
it.
Yeah. Absolutely
Is it
relaxing.
Probably steady crafting.
I'm
Oh,
s-
it is steady crafting.
Yeah. There it is.
Mhm.
Oh, just wonderful. Oh, it is the Craftsman.
Yeah. He's done that thing that I think every YouTuber at some point in their career wish they did, which is to completely conceal your identity.
Yeah.
100%.
He even wears gloves.
Yeah,
Like, as part of the thing.
And he'll play with it too. One time he was showing off his silver play button. So it was his perspective looking at the silver play button. And when the reflective surface came around to where his face would be, he had the puppet.
That's really good.
So good. So he the entire channel is what's the word? Is presented through a puppet.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who the guy
No,
really
nobody.
is. And I've talked to him a lot. I have no idea what his real name is or what he looks like.
Yeah.
But you've also never asked.
No,
Like
I
it's one that
wouldn't.
you don't want to know.
No. If Craftsman wanted to share that information, he would.
Or like Ami Yamato. Have you seen? She's a VTuber.
Right.
Like, I know that she's worked with people I know, but
Yeah.
like, I don't. There's mystery there.
Yeah. So yeah, there's every once in a while I get that urge to think, wouldn't it be great? Even my full name. I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool if I had come up with a neater name
Yeah.
and only gone by that.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time.
But that cat is thoroughly out of the bag.
Yeah. Yeah. If only we knew.
And if I started a new channel and didn't tell anyone, I feel like people would figure out right away. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's Bill.
You'd have to do a different voice.
Yeah, I would.
And have different mannerisms.
And a different
and a
face.
different set.
And you'd have to commit to that indefinitely.
Yeah.
Code Bullet was at Open Source, and he did a face reveal right before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's the guy that does some of the like AI coding and gaming
Okay.
tutorials, and he has a computer monitor. As
You know
a-
what?
as
Did
a face.
someone texted me
He
about
lasted
that.
2 seconds on stage before taking it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a whole full outfit, and he's like, "Oh, I can't be heard." And he just took it off.
This guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Evan texted me about potentially doing a project with him.
Really? Which like Evan of Evan and Caitlin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because Code Bullet's name is Evan,
Oh,
Mm.
and he's in Australia, right?
Yeah, he's close by.
See, another reason to go travel.
Yeah.
yeah. So he wants a mask of his avatar,
Oh, out of phone. The one he had at Open Source was.
Was it, like heavy?
like an actual monitor.
It looked
It's like
like
a
the guts,
CRT.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
CRT that he had customized. Yeah.
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 Yeah, foam one would be much more suitable.
That's a popular costume from blanking on the Fooly Cooly, the anime. You
Okay.
seen that one?
I don't know.
Some of
that.
the characters have monitors on their helmet. There are people who have learned that the hard way. Oh, I'll just gut a monitor, put it on my head, and costume's basically done. And half
Yeah.
through the day, you're like, oh, this is so heavy.
Yeah. No, you don't want that much weight on your neck.
It says 10 minutes left. It's making. I mean, it's a boat. It's
Someone
making
in
a boat.
chat is mentioning this old Tony,
Oh.
who he has shown his face on camera before, but he does generally go with hands.
What about AVE?
He's I don't. As far as I know, he's never revealed.
I think he's
his
up in
face.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because he's done stuff where he's like, he was at the Pike Place Market in
Yeah,
Seattle.
yeah. This old Tony, by the way, is probably my favorite YouTuber.
I think
He's
many
just,
people say that.
He's just so good.
Yeah.
His humor hits me just the right way. Yep, Lockpicking Laura, I believe. Friends of mine
Yeah.
at the Modern Road guys did a video with him,
With who?
with the Lockpicking Lawyer.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
And so they did their whole video with just hands.
Really?
Yeah. But they were in the same room, so they must
Yeah.
know what he looks like.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, don't tell anyone.
That's like seeing
No
royalty.
photos.
I know, right?
You
You know he's only going to collaborate with people that he trusts.
Oh, yeah.
You might have met him and you'd never know.
You wouldn't even know. That's what I wonder, like, if I walked past ABE in somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
you don't
you'd
know?
never know.
Bixby, the Do. Do you know who the Do is?
No.
Have you heard of the
no,
Do?
no.
So this guy goes on Omegle and those kind of things, and it's just his legs and a guitar.
No.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm just practicing my guitar. You want to hear it?" And he goes, "Bang, bang, bang, bang," and they're like, "Oh, good job, you're doing it." And then he's like, "Wait a minute, let me try again."
that's so good.
You know, like that kind of stuff.
I do
And they're
that
like,
too.
"Oh, you got me!" And everybody has a good time.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
That's a good use of Amigo.
It's yeah, it's good stuff. Can the door be taken off for printing PLA and Pent G?
It's clipped on, so you might break it.
Everything can be done with enough force.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things, I believe. You might be able to unscrew it. No? Is this just acrylic, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's just.
It's actually got some.
I think it's already
damage right
it's already cracked a little bit.
there.
Yeah. So they've clipped it on over the
Well, can you?
axle.
Can it just tear? If we.
Nah. No. That's
Just
No?
shatter.
That will explode.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to put you in the way of danger just
Yeah.
one more time.
It always blows my mind when they injection mold clear enclosures like this. Like normally you just vacuum form it, but they just have a huge mold.
Or
for
you
it.
could just take a flat piece, cut to shape, and have it
Yeah.
flush, right?
Yeah, for like zero difference in functionality. But they're like, oh, we just have another tool. That's fine.
Phil Brown, bend it 180 degrees and it just pops off.
In
pieces.
piece, yeah. That's the disclaimer. In pieces.
That'd be a great way to do it.
One way. It's a one-way mod.
The Benchy's looking fine. I mean, it's looking like a Benchy.
I gotta say they've improved their aesthetics from the original X Max. The original X Max looked very toyish.
Yeah.
This looks more professional. Look,
It's still big.
it's still
It's
humongous.
still like-
it's still humongous.
It's still big.
Reminds me of the one of the Da Vinci printers.
Oh yeah, the old Da Vinci
Yeah,
machines.
the Modern Road guys had one of those,
And-
and we were able to print a functional house.
oh, you did it on that one?
Yeah, but it was an uphill battle.
Yeah. Those are Chuck Hellebuck. He used to tell people how to like get past their filament requirement because they would require a use of certain filament.
Oh yeah.
And if you got to the end of the spool, which you thought was the end, you had to replace it, and there's RFID tags and stuff. And so he taught people how to get past that. And then Da Vinci was like, didn't like that.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Those are the days. People want to see the print, but we can't really show them. Not till it's done.
Not till it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get some. of
Also,
those.
black filament. So it's hard to
It's
see it.
black
It's hard to
filament,
see
yeah.
it printing.
It's all right. It's only got like 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
Look at that head. It's moving.
Looks like it's working right.
Yeah. Take a look. Ooh, I could plug in. Or no, we could use our phones through that.
You can see the ambient heat from the beds. Made the first few layers like glossy, and then as it's gotten higher up, because it's printing so fast, it's more matte.
Oh, really?
Flow. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super matte up top.
Yeah.
It says 6 minutes left. I just can't.
It looks like there's a lot more than 6 minutes left to go.
Someone said crank up the speed.
It's already cranked though.
Well, you can feel it moving in the table.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a good rigid table, unlike what I print on, which everyone complains about, which is like a single leg stand up desk. So it just
Like 5 minutes left. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Practical printing. Curious what percentage of the overall size of this machine is actual build area. Well, you know, if you take a look on the inside, there's you know the rods and the lead screws on either side. The bed goes back to. There's a lot of space in the back, but not on the sides and the front.
They could possibly have the filament in the back.
Yeah, they could.
You'd almost want want a cartridge that goes on the side so the ambient heat keeps the filament dry.
Oh yeah.
I'd just jigsaw a hole out.
There's 6 screws. Should we just take it apart?
Is this structural plastic? Probably
So,
not.
Probably not. Like I think all of the plastic on this machine is just for looks.
It feels decent. Like it feels like it's got some.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it adds to the rigidity?
It probably adds to the chamber, but I don't think it adds to the rigidity.
Oh, you know what? The plastic has on this side at least wires routing to it.
Okay.
Chamber heater is attached to the plastic on that side.
These are like single injection molded pieces.
They're huge.
They're gigantic.
It says 4 minutes.
Volt.
We're building the top. We're almost there.
Volt the Robot claims that if we go to the Coney Island Maker Fair in October, we can meet the Craftsman.
Ooh.
Someone they just-
Ooh,
that's someone they
jeez.
just announced.
Tempting.
How would they do that?
don't know.
Angus giving QIDI product enhancement advice for free. The catch is they never listen to us, so it doesn't matter.
It honestly does not matter what we do here.
We could say the best ideas in the world, and they just will never do them.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
That's kind of, so we were talking about AVE, and I used to watch a lot of his tool breakdown videos.
Yeah, which are
And
good.
They are really good, and he knows his stuff. But it always comes down to making things cheaper so that you can sell something at a specific price point.
Yeah.
Which means manufacturing it in a way that is cheaper. They know that they can make a better tool.
Yeah.
In fact, Evan and Caitlin fame used to be an engineer, and he used for some big company. And he said one of the things that frustrated him was he would design a part that was very elegant and simple, and it would get rejected by his bosses because they couldn't patent it.
That's so awful.
Right?
Ah.
Because if it's too simple, then you can't patent it, and then they can't make money on it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So as an engineer who I figured out the simplest, most elegant solution, and they're like, make more complicated.
Yeah.
So a lot of the decisions made in the manufacturing process are not to make the product better.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I know businesses have to make money, but that's still kind of.
Yeah, high-end manufacturing designs.
Actually, I don't know how I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I did not read into this, but I saw that I guess Instapot isn't doing so great, partially because they made a really great product that doesn't die, and there's no add-on things to buy. So people buy it, and they're like, "Thank you," and then
they're
they
done.
don't buy another one. So they're, I guess, in trouble. I don't know. Don't quote me on all that.
Well, it makes sense. A lot of people, there's a lot of food people on TikTok, and people will buy cookers and Instapots and whatnot, but they work, and then you don't need anything more, and that's it.
Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy.
That's not
it's
great.
that bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So can't blame them. Hey, we got $4.99. I'm gonna
Jake from State Farm, $4.99.
That's
Are you
that's
out of
a
your
five.
mind? Hey, gang. Glad to see the boys together. Yeah, it worked out. It's cool when you have a visitor from far away, then your friend who's close can come
Yeah.
and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
We should do this more.
Sure.
Just put good stuff into the world.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Streams are fun.
This is great too. I don't like live streaming myself anymore. I'll just join yours.
It's already set up.
Yeah, I
you
know.
just show up and powder the nose and you're good to go.
Yep.
I forgot to bring makeup inside. It's okay. I've done that. I've had to do that at shows. Like my nose gets nice and shiny. I just have to kind of reduce that a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a big shiny nose.
Someone was asking if I have any Einstart S printers still, which that's a throwback. No, because they wouldn't send one to me because they said it was a China-only machine at the time,
Really?
which is really weird because I thought it was really good. So they make scanners, Einscan. They made a really good printer. They had a print farm they took me to in China to see, and they wouldn't give me one because they said, "Oh, it's just China domestic only."
That's terrible.
Alec is saying there's more to the Instapot story than
Ooh.
that, and I would urge anyone who wants to know more to look up more than I did.
Fix him, dude. That's a tenor right there.
Hey.
Fix them, dude.
What's up? Fix him, dude. Do you remember that really, really big X-Wing I did?
Mm-hmm.
He
Oh,
made
like
it.
the one that is like a model kit that you like.
Yeah, that you
snap
put together. I did in the brand new
Yeah.
garage. Yeah, he made that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, look, it's done.
That's
Oh,
what, oh,
sick.
I gotta fix them, dude. I gotta download some of those and
Yes,
print them on my Prusa.
they're on printables.
Oh, sick.
The
All right.
Squeedy is done. The QIDI.
The cheating. Okay, I'm gonna put it
All right.
here.
No,
I got it. We got it.
You got it.
There we go. Still wants to focus on Bill. Bill, hide your face.
Whoa.
There we go.
Oh, I can have my face.
There we go. That's a benchy. Here, wait a minute. I got an idea. So, oh yeah, put on the helmet.
Might still like the helmet.
Oh, there we look at that. Yes. Yes, there we go. That's a benchy.
Nero. It's almost as good as the benchy I got off the Tico.
What
Yeah,
the
but-
heck?
Yeah, but how long did the Tico benchy take? Like 2 hours, 3 hours?
There you go. The bow of the boat is. Oh my goodness. The bow of the boat is great.
Such sass.
Dang it. It loves Angus's face
I'm
too.
out of it.
There we go. Okay. 17-minute benchy. That's not bad. Oh my gosh, my phone. My poor phone.
People want us to explain the shiny matte thing. It's like to do with the melting temperature and the flow rate. If you really push the flow rate fast, it can make the filaments look more
Look at
matte.
that.
In terms of more than details, I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. It's benchy. No strings.
No strings. Like, it looks decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So QIDI, when they sent the new one, they said please update the firmware, which I'm more than happy to do. We did the first run though, and that's from the first run, and it looks fine. So what if now I update the firmware and then we print another benchy and we see if they look different?
See if there's any difference.
Yeah, let's do it.
That sounds like dangerously close to science.
Stop it, Bill. There's no science here.
Depends what the firmware update changed.
So while the firmware update is going, Bill actually has some really cool stuff to show you guys.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do a show and tell.
Brought some prints.
Yeah, do it. Okay.
All right,
You
do
get,
that.
I'll be right here, and then you can just. Where'd my backpack go? There we go.
That's right here.
Oh, perfect.
So I do. You guys probably know me for props and costumes, but we also do a lot of 3D printing
Yeah,
of props and costumes. I'll show off this helmet first.
go that way.
Bring it right over
Go
here.
that way. Yeah.
So if anyone has played the game Satisfactory, my wife and I did costumes from the game, including these helmets.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. The print. So this one was printed in pieces. You can kind of see there's segments in there, printed in pieces in ABS plastic on my Ultimaker, and then put together and sanded. The visor is store-bought, and the way I was able to 3D model this helmet to fit both my head and the visor was I did a 3D scan of my head in using Polycam. So I can show that right here on my phone.
You use Polycam for that?
I've been using Polycam for a whole lot of stuff, and it's been crazy useful. Let's see here. Where's my head? Oops. Yeah. So just from my phone, I was able to get a 3D model of my head. Focus.
Look at that. Oh wait, sorry. Look at that head.
Yeah. I dumped that into Fusion 360 and I modeled this helmet around it. I did the same thing for Brittany, so we have 2 custom-sized helmets, each for our own heads, because we have different sized heads. And the visor as well. Now, the 3D scanning doesn't do well with reflective surfaces, so I covered this in tape and then 3D scanned it. And then again, dumped that into Fusion so that it was sized correctly. And I was able to basically just hot glue that visor right into the print. Right there. And it worked out great. The helmet has a fan in it there.
Pretty cool.
Yep, pulls air in the side and blows it on the visor to keep it from fogging up. It has lights. I brought the wrong batteries, so I can't show that off, but believe me when I say that they light up. And then we did the whole costume. Brittany sewed the outfits for this, and we ran around at Dragon Con last year with these
And
on.
they looked so good.
They were really fun. There's something fun about having a costume where your face is obscured. Like, people almost treat you like you're a statue. You can do some fun people watching.
Oh, I bet.
People can't tell where you're looking. If people want to take photos and you have to stand there for a while, you can just close your eyes. I'm realizing a screw popped out. I gotta replace that screw.
Ooh. You stole the long ones from the printer.
That's
Those
true. that would dig into the back of my head about a couple inches. So yeah, there's a fun 3D print. If this looks fun to you, if you were into the game, or if you just want to print this, we actually have the files for this for free over on our website, punishprops.com. There's a free files section. Again, that's punishprops.com.
Punishprops.com.
We have a bunch of free 3D printing files over there, different prop things, including this other one here.
Oh, what you showing?
What else do we have?
What you got?
We've got an arc reactor, although technically it's a nanite containment unit, but it's Tony Stark's arc reactor. We did a whole video on this one over on our YouTube channel. And this one actually has an EL panel in it, and I couldn't find the batteries for it, so it doesn't light up currently, but it can. And that's another just free download we have over on our website. This is a fun little one. It's a couple of pieces. This panel on the front comes out so that you can put a glowing panel in there. And Angus, you ever play with electroluminescent wires or panels?
The voltage scares me a bit.
Yeah.
It's,
And there's a high-pitched whine.
Yeah, I don't like that. I tried
What kind of voltage do you have to give to them?
80, 90?
Yeah, it's up
So
there.
it's pretty high.
Jeez.
The transformers, you can hear them make a buzzing sound. It's quite nasty. LED, there's some good LED style wire now though. That's a decent replacement.
This has magnets. I forgot.
Magnets,
I can,
man. How do they work?
I can snap it onto my shirt. Hold on.
You gonna become Iron Man? Yes.
Nice.
There we go. So this is a fun, cheap and simple Tony Stark costume. Just get a Black Sabbath T-shirt
And some
and
sunglasses.
some sunglasses and a glass of scotch.
And a goatee.
Yeah, and the beard. The beard helps. What else do we have? We have more props. So I have some blasters. This one's a favorite.
Oh, I
This
love
little
it.
guy.
Oh, is that the
Classic.
noisy cricket?
That's the noisy cricket.
Yes.
I need to work on the
Oh, the back.
There we go.
lights for it a little bit. Ha! There you go. Pew, 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 pew.
What'd you model that in?
This was done in Fusion 360.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So this one, I did a course on Fusion 360 over on our website. That is a beginner course for Fusion 360. That's just like the 10 tools I use. So it's as simple as possible, good for beginners. And this was like the one of the example projects. So I stepped through how to model this all the way through. But this one got sanded and it was printed on an Anycubic resin printer.
Yep.
The Mono X, one of the Monos.
One of the, yeah.
And then I sanded it and painted it with an all-clad lacquer. There we go.
How much sanding was required?
Not much. Those resin printers are really, really detailed. So not much sanding. And in fact, if you hit it with a little filler primer, it does most of the work for you.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And
We got a $7.99 in here, Angus. Very cool to see you 3D printing legends together. Make us
It's like-
use. What's your U.S. agenda
like
look like?
that.
There you go. It's a good 7 right there, Bill.
Yeah, we're ending it up soon and going off to LTX, so that's gonna be fun. And then 15 hours flight back home.
Oh boy.
That's
There's that one.
been good. Open
3D
source
printed
is
hardware
amazing.
looks electroplated, Bill.
It does.
Right? That all-clad lacquer is magical stuff. It's really, really good. But you do
Is
have
it expensive?
It's a little pricey. Like a little bottle, like an ounce is like $7, $7, $8.
Oh, that's not bad.
It might be more now.
How far does that get you?
That's more than enough to paint this little thing.
Okay.
Pretty. But the surface prep is everything. You got to sand it really smooth and then put a gloss black down before you do the paint. The paint isn't magically going to make it glossy.
But a gloss black?
Yeah, gloss
Really?
black base coat, and then you do the lacquer, the metal lacquer over the top.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, so that really makes it just shine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another blaster here. This is the prototype I built of my version of the Blade Runner blaster.
Okay, bring that around.
Kind of did my own design look to this. So this one I printed. The blue is all ABS that I sanded a lot. All ABS on the Ultimaker. The black and clear pieces were done on I believe on a Form 2.
Is that the one that Adam did as well?
Yeah, although he did the original version, and I've see mine says "Made in Seattle" right there. So this is like my take on it. So the design's a little bit different. But I then molded and cast this to make the final piece out of cast resin parts.
That's right. Then there was kits available, right?
For a little bit, not anymore.
Think that ever might come out again?
No,
Ooh.
definitely not. It's 33 pieces and it's a huge pain in the butt to cast them all. But I do have the files for sale on my website. So if you want to go print your own, you can go print your own. Anyway, that comes out. The triggers move. This one does a little pew pew. There's a little hammer in there. This thing does the slidey back thing.
That's right. That hammer you were ultra proud of,
I'm
right?
very, very happy with the mechanism. And then this thing opens kind of. It's a little janky. There we go. So that opens, and there are dummy dummy bullets in here.
Oh, good.
These are not real bullets. There's a hole drilled in the side of it. From a website called dummybullets.com.
Oh, is that a site?
Yeah.
Nice.
John Stern has a good question here. What do you do with all the stuff after you make it? Do you have a nice way of displaying it?
We have everything is on display in our house.
And at cons when you bring it?
Sure, yeah. We have a big IKEA shelf for all of our helmets. We have like glass display cases for a lot of our finished stuff.
It's updating now. It's at 11%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you, I remember when you had the shop.
The big
I remember
shop.
the
yeah.
big shop, and you had just a wall of everything that you would make, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun place. Also expensive.
Yeah.
We have just a couple more things.
Do it. The update. So firmware update. You have to. You're given a zip file, and you unzip that zip file onto the drive, which is named. The folder is named a specific thing on root, and then per instructions, you have to rename the USB drive to space, not the word space, but a space bar. They said you rename it to hitting the space bar once, and that's the name. It has to be that.
That's weird.
And then you put it in.
It
detects it. It starts the update automatically. It detects it's in there, and it just starts it. And then after the update, it says, power cycle for 20 seconds, turn it on, and it will continue the update. And it's been doing that it's at like 12%.
Nero says it takes quite a while, which I would believe.
I was right, Nero has one. Do you have the updated one, Nero?
Yeah. He says he got the Smart. I had the original Smart. Not the Smart. The original X Max. I never updated the firmware though, because I ain't got time for that.
We have a couple more 3D printed things.
That's cool.
And these are
Show
not
that up close.
These are not props. So my wife Brittany and I are working on a new venture that is all just 3D printing fun things. We love putting together neat kits, and that's kind of what we're going for. And this is one that Brittany's working on. This is a prototype. It's not quite done yet, but this is her desktop dragon. I'll bring it closer to show it off. So this is a cute little desktop companion with some functionality. His little arms can be posed. His little winglings can move.
Winglings.
His tail can move.
Look at that. It's such a cute little dragon.
Yeah. And then the mouth is on a spring mechanism here.
Is that a 3D print spring mechanism?
It is. It's a compliant mechanism.
Oh.
Yeah. And he can hold stuff in his mouth.
Here, let's find something.
I can hold this. Evan and Caitlin Wright. Oh, this is more exciting.
That's actually more exciting right there.
Look
Yeah.
at that. So he can hold stuff for you, and he sits on your desktop.
There we go.
Oh, that's a little front heavy. So this is Brittany's 3D printed desktop dragon, and the idea is that it's multiple pieces, so you can print the pieces in whatever color you want, and then have fun assembling them. That's kind of the thing we're going for. We haven't launched this project yet, but when we do, you will be sick of hearing about it, because we will definitely share the news a whole bunch.
Once they're ready, I have an episode here, a video on the channel planned to kind of show off and go over it with Bill to help bring some awareness to it, because it's a fantastic idea what him and Brittany are doing, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a new way to do some of these model subscription services, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I think you're really gonna be happy with it. There you go. Show that.
And then
yes.
this is what I've been working on. This is basically my answer to Benchy. It's a little bigger.
Just a little bit.
A little bit bigger. I love boats, and I wanted to make a boat. So this is a boat printed in multiple pieces. I've been trying to design this in a way that you don't have to print it with support material or very much support material.
That's a fun way to design things.
Yeah, it's a neat constraint. So the bottom part is printed upside down, and then there's this middle layer here that you can print in a different color if you like, and then the top part, that all gets sandwiched together to make the whole thing. And it has moving parts, and I'll get up close to show them off.
The crane works.
The crane is one of my favorites.
The crane works.
And also, it's a hit with children. We got to test this out at Protopasta.
Someone's saying that's a salvage tug.
Yeah, and I named it Scooter. You can see I've got a little sign on the back there. But look at this. Ready?
Does it float?
It technically floats. It does not stay upright. We're trying to figure out a way to add some ballast to the bottom of it to make it heavier. so that it floats upright. I'm thinking about including a cavity in here so that when you're printing it, you could fill it with
Or like BBs.
BBs or
something.
sinkers.
Yeah.
So that it's actually heavier, would keep it upright. But it does technically float. We have a moving rudder. We have a moving propeller. Little door open and close.
Mr. Buzz is saying so. It's a winchy. not a
Winchy, that's true. Or a bilchy.
A bilchy. There you go.
The tiller moves in there. And it's just a fun and whimsical little boat that I designed, and I'm really excited about.
So what's really neat about this boat is there's no support material required, and it's multiple pieces that you can then choose the colors of when you print it.
Yeah. So for another example, the cabin here, the bottom part and the top part are printed separately. And so the top part gets printed upside down, and then it gets locked into the bottom part there.
So for the multiple pieces, are there adhesives needed, or do they lock into each other?
They lock
mechanically?
into each other. Although if I'm honest, this prototype has a little bit of glue.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're the version 2 should solve most of those problems. But the idea is that most of it should go together without any glue or any tools or anything. Also, for example, the crane, these parts are all mostly printed flat and then press fit together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the crane looks complex, but if it's pieces that you can print flat, that really reduces the complexity of what the printer needs to do.
Yeah, and it prints really, really fast too, super fast. Because it's like
it's just all perimeters.
It's like 3 millimeters tall. It's like really flat.
So you can print a bunch of them on a plate and just set a bunch of perimeters, and it just does that. Like it just kind of
then you press it
loop-de-loops.
The crane rotates left and right. And it was just really fun to figure all that stuff out.
John Stern is saying, my kids would break that crane. Can you make a kid-proof version? I don't know if you can make a kid-proof version of anything.
But
there will always be a kid that can break it.
You prop makers know this. You can hand the most robust prop you've ever made to the tiniest, most petite actor. And they'll come back 3 minutes later with it shattered in ways that you never even imagined. So yeah, you can always print another crane.
Oh yeah, that's what someone said. Just print another crane.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I love this, the mechanism.
So then, are we going to see more things like this from you and more things like this from Britt?
Yep, that's the plan. And we're working on building up a small library of them, and then we'll have like a Patreon or if Printables gets their thing off the ground, a subscription service where you can come buy files. And also, then I'm thinking this one will be free. This will be like our sort of showcase to show people what they're getting into.
Yeah. Good example piece.
Yeah.
Do you have a time frame?
The next couple months, I think.
Before Christmas.
But definitely before Christmas.
Sweet. Oh, that's cool, man. Because then, I mean, people are always asking me, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? And it's like, people are asking, what kind of gifts do you want for makers? I know you've done videos like this.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Like whatever you're planning, a gift card for that to someone who has a machine and likes to print these things might be a really neat gift idea for Christmas or another holiday.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I see Sophie Wong is in the chat.
Sophie's
Hello,
there,
Sophie.
yeah.
Got to hang out with Sophie last week. She's one of the best people in the world.
That was fun.
That's why she had her helmet. She makes a good helmet too.
Yeah, that helmet, the whole spacesuit,
the whole costume
is extraordinary.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, look at that stuff. Bill, you got good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me show off my stuff.
How's it looking?
We are at 35%.
35%.
I made a stand for the boat. It needs a complete redesign. It's a little anemic. But
The stand looks
a little
complex.
stand for it.
Simulates it on the open seas.
Yeah, look at it.
That'd be the next print. Like a mechanism you turn with cams, so it just moves it like that.
That would be actually.
Now
I have to do that.
Like it's on the sea. Make a water sort of thing surrounding it. It's just one of those.
Kind of like that. I do want to make some of these kits. I do want to make some automata kits like that, where there's a crank where you rotate.
Really?
Yeah. I think.
How hard is that to design for?
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that'd be a fun. Maybe that's a secondary free upgrade to this. I make in a few months once the whole thing's off the ground. That'd be fun.
You will probably, once you have designs in the wild, especially the Bilchi, you're going to have people who have ideas and will probably present them to you, and then you'll implement that in some things. Like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, we already have like a Google Doc full of project ideas, and I feel like once we step out into the wild, that'll just get huge.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to do my own designs. I've been replicating things, hundreds of things, for the last 15 years. Now I'm excited to do my own stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Let me go grab a thing. I want to show. I was really proud of this. It's for a video coming up, but I think you'll enjoy it.
NLT and
We'll
W
see.
said I just gifted you 17 sleepless nights
All right.
of design,
Yeah.
figuring out cams and mechanisms and fusion.
That is actually when I'm having trouble sleeping. That's what I do. I lay in bed, designing mechanisms in my head.
Oh, so it's not just me. Good.
Yeah.
I usually have shower thoughts and they become paper thoughts, and if I don't put them on paper, they will be bed thoughts.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and I just can't sleep unless I write them down.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm making a frame
Mm-hmm.
for something, and this design. Let me show the camera real quick.
Yeah.
This design is wonderful. So there we go. So I used a laser to make this. I used a CNC. Oh, everybody duck. I used CNC to cut this out, and then a laser to make this pattern. And someone asked if the QIDI part is over. No, it's just updating firmware. So what I wanted is a frame, and I wanted a crosshatch pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went on Google, and I said, black and white crosshatch PNG free, thinking I could go find one, with an alpha transparency.
No.
And everything is either a free if you register, or anytime you're looking for artwork like that on the Google, initially it's really hard to find. So what I did is I went to Adobe Firefly. I have access, their little AI generation thing. And I said black and white crosshatch pattern, and it gave me 6 examples. And I was like, that one, I love that. And I downloaded it, and I brought it into the software, and I sized it appropriately, and then I used the laser to make it. And that's the frame. So I think so this is for a video coming up. Surprise. One of the things that I like about what we get to do is the creation process and taking an idea into reality. And I know that a lot of people are using AI and Mid-Journey and those sort of things to do HueForge prints or to just do things that look really neat. But what I did was utilize AI to create a really simple piece of clip art, essentially. But it worked great because I think that looks wonderful.
Yeah. And then this is a machine, I imagine, that has both the laser and the
CNC.
right
That's right.
onto it.
Yep.
So you can just sock that down to the build plate and do all the operations.
Yeah, so I CNC'd it first, and then I took just a piece of sandpaper, really easy, and then lasered it, and that's what we get. So that's going to be the frame of the creation.
Neat.
And I'm just really proud of that.
Should be.
It's a good etch. It's really dark.
Yeah.
It looks like it's deeper than it is.
Yeah, it does.
Which is interesting.
But also, I was really surprised at how useful an AI tool was. Like, it wasn't ChatGPT. I wasn't doing coding. And it wasn't Mid-Journey trying to, create me, but looking like I'm a superhero or whatever people are doing. It was very specifically to create clip art.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'd never thought about that. And so I thought maybe you would think that was interesting.
I do think that's interesting. That's cool.
I'll put that
Because
on.
I have a laser and a CNC machine, but they're in different areas of the shop. And I'd have to laser it or CNC it and then move it and then re-register it.
Yeah. Well, I think with that one you have to re-register.
You still have to re-register.
Because
The tools don't know about each other. When
you
switch, you lose home
Alright.
and like what it knows. But
Yeah.
it was easy to do this.
Mhm.
And I get to explain it all.
One round of work holding.
Yeah. Does your laser have a camera to line up stuff?
It's like 10 years old.
Well, so I found the camera ones are always slightly off.
Oh, yeah.
So it's still better to do cut out like a jig. If you want to get something really accurately etched, you cut out like a circle and then... So we used to do iPhone engravings.
Oh,
as
yeah.
As a job, and you only get one shot at that.
Yeah.
You're not going to come to the customer saying, it's like, sorry, we messed up your engraving on your only iPhone. Can you give us another one? So we'd we'd cut out of cardboard a template, a
There you
jig, which
go.
we'd then put it in, because then, you line it up. All these little tricks.
I've been learning more about work holding and stuff with my CNC machine. I have a Shapeoko 4. And doing two-sided machining has been a fun challenge.
Yeah.
So you have to find some way to register it when you flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
And
multiple operations.
It's got to be right on. It can't be kind of close. So you usually drill some holes for pegs for registration. So you flip it over, you lock out on those
That's
pegs.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yep. And then you have to tell the CAM software that that's how it's oriented now and cut it on the other side.
Does it do so like the machine that I'm using for finding an origin, it just says hey set origin. So there's no, does the Shapeoko have the little thing so it can do the in the corner of the material?
No,
like
the
you know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, the Carvey, not the Carvey. Yeah.
Oh, the Carvey had
The Carvey had
the
that,
little
which
button.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the Shapeoko, just like a lot of CNC, in the CAM, you tell it, let's say your stock is a rectangle, you tell it this is the corner that's home. Let's say the top left back corner, that's home. And then on the machine, you move the head over and move the tip of the cutter down to the surface, and you say that's Z top. And then you move it over to the X limit, you say that's X0. And then you move the Y, and you say that's Y0. So you define all three of those so that the software and the machine both know that's where you're starting your cut.
I see.
And that's very easy to screw up.
Yeah.
Z
You've
height,
done that.
I've done it a lot. The Z height is critical,
Yeah.
especially when you're cutting really thin pieces. But you basically just have to tell the software where the cutter's going to be, and then you tell the cutter where the software's expecting that place to be.
That makes sense.
And you can put it wherever. You can put it in the center of the thing. You can home it off of the bottom if you want for whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I generally go with the top back left.
Easy enough, right?
Yeah.
And then when you flip it over, you have to then tell the machine, we're doing it on the other side now. Now use this corner.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then
Cam is an
forgets.
art in itself.
it does exactly what you tell it to do. Yeah.
If you think slicing with 3D printing is hard, try Cam for
Yeah.
machining. It's it's a whole nother world.
Oh yeah.
But it's tangential. It's relational.
It's related, but not. Like, we were talking the other day how with the 3D printer it homes to 000
Yeah.
origin, and the bed is where you put your parts, whereas with machining, you set your origin to the part.
Yep.
Which it's like a different way of thinking. Even though it's very similar in terms of the workflow after that, getting it set up is quite different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there are different operations it can do. It doesn't just print layer by layer by layer. You can tell it, I'm going to do a bore hole, so it does this operation to drill a hole. Or like an adaptive clear to clear out a specific section, or a parallel pass. Or And there's a bunch of different operations for specific things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3-axis mill, so you can't do anything undercuts.
Oh.
You might be able to do stuff with special bits.
So you can do what 2.5D, right?
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to do an operation on the side to get those undercuts.
Yeah. But I can cut stuff out of aluminum and brass on it.
That's cool.
Which is
that's
cool.
really
very,
handy.
very cool.
Yeah.
I would love to try and do that.
I just the QIDI is at 62% of the upgrade.
I would love to try and do the noisy cricket out of aluminum.
That'd be nice.
But I would have to do some parts on the lathe and some parts on the CNC machine.
Yeah.
I bet I could do it. I may have to do it in pieces, like in 2 halves, and then solder them together. It's possible. I'm sure that it's possible. But it would be a lot more complicated than putting it in the print software and going, add some supports and go.
Yeah.
It's true.
But then you get a metal.
Oh, it would be so
thing.
good, right?
Yeah.
It would be so good to
Yeah.
have a metal one.
You should do that.
You know what? I the grips on this are molded and cast to get them that nice shiny black.
Okay.
So the grips are already done. I could just cast another set of grips
Oh, easy.
and then just do the rest of it on the CNC machine.
Easy.
There might just end up being a seam down the middle of it. I would probably do this long spindly part on the lathe
Yeah.
and
So
then sock it in.
is the barrel concentric? Or is it?
I think so.
You could do the barrel and then do those on your CNC.
Yeah, or even up to here. Yeah, actually, I could do the whole thing on this. I could do this whole section on the lathe, and then find some way to hold it on the
there you
CNC
go.
machine to cut these slots out.
That'd be easy.
Find some way to hold it like this to cut these out.
I'd do that inserted.
Yeah,
So
this would be a separate part.
Yeah.
It would be possible. But
That's just an indexing table to do those. You could do them manually.
yeah. I need a manual mill. I don't have a manual mill yet.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I want one.
I've seen people use CNC mills as manual.
Yeah.
Like you just enter the G code as you go, and it just
true.
starts cutting.
I'm not at that level quite yet.
Yeah.
We're at 67%. I'm sorry, 68%.
68%.
Takes forever. Like this is
pretty bad, actually. It's pretty, that's very slow for an update.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably the slowest I've seen of anything.
super slow.
Like, the Bamboo's slow, but like a tenth of this.
Right. Well, and it says, do you want to update?
Yeah, and you can say no.
Yeah.
But that next benchy though is going to be. So
Maybe. Maybe.
it'll be slightly different.
So, it always annoys Joe, but often I'll be using, release candidates for slicing and stuff in videos, and he's like, why? Who uses a release candidate instead of the updated one? It's like, I know it works.
Yeah.
It might not be perfect, but by messing with something and then going live, it's a new variable, so we're adding a new variable.
Never update if you want to do something quick. That's the truth.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
part of the reason, well, we wanted to get together and just hang out, have fun, and chat with you guys, but at the same time, wanted to get the QIDI out of the box, and QIDI very specifically said, please update the firmware.
Did they say it'd take an hour?
They did. They gave no time estimates, and had they given a time estimate, then I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. Nero did warn us.
Sure.
He did
after we
say
started.
It did say it takes a very long time. We can answer questions.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so at this point, I think it's fair. You have a premier prop builder, an engineer,
Ish.
and me. So feel free to throw some questions in the chat. We'll see if we can't answer them. I bet we can come up with some good answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you could slice a mini Joel. I could slice a mini Joel.
So do they use their own QIDI slicer
They
as
do
well?
have QIDI slicer,
Yeah.
yes.
Which is like a Cura
I believe
thing.
it's Cura, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
Clipper.
not an
Why it
engineer.
takes so long to update? Yeah, so Lee Smith Workshop. It's Clipper. Why does it take so long to update? I don't know the answer to that.
I would suspect it's probably doing some bottleneck thing. Like their board probably has something in it that is super slowing down the transfer and update. What that is, I don't know, but that would be my theory.
Okay. What's your favorite projects of 2023 so far?
2023.
2023. That's from Prash.
Definitely the latest little combat robot, little death roll
Yeah.
one. That, and then
That
I
that's
brought
what
it
was
here.
so cool.
Brought it here. We fought it, and we've done some stuff together since with it.
Yeah.
The little motor in it is so powerful that it was killing the lithium batteries. So the voltage sag was making everything reset. So we put a new battery in it, and yeah, it was messed up.
It did some really cool things
Yeah.
at 240 frames per second.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite so far.
Oh, we got some slow-mo of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your
yeah.
favorite project?
I'll show a picture of it.
Ooh.
My butterfly.
Good picture.
So this is a butterfly from the show Arcane.
We just finished binging that.
Yay. So
It's so good.
it's made out
so
of brass. That was like my education on the CNC machine. So I cut most of those pieces out of brass on the Shapeoko 4, and I learned a lot. And I went through a lot of brass, but it was cheaper than taking a class.
You can learn. Yeah, you can learn by failing. That's how it works.
That's basically
That's
how I do it.
John's asking if we're going to any of the California Maker Fairs in October.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably.
Unfortunately, a bit too soon for me.
I kind of want to. I'd love to. I haven't been in the Bay Area since before the pandemic, and I'd really like to. So we'll see. I don't
Okay.
have any solid plans.
Same.
But I
no
would-
solid
but I
plans.
want
But it
to.
looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. I got to scroll here. What are the differences between the Plus and the Max and the other build sizes? I honestly don't.
I don't know. This is more cube than the one I had, the previous Max. But yeah,
Ooh, Benjamin with a fiber. I think
Hey!
it now uses Prusa Slicer. The original version used Cura. I know Orca has a profile built in for it too. Oh, sweet.
that's refreshing.
Oh, Orca Slicer's cool, and I think Well, Cura has its benefits for certain things. I think moving forward, a Prusa slicer and Orca slicer are kind of the way to go for the high speed machines.
Yeah, yeah. Orca Slice is interesting. Like I didn't expect that to come out of the sort of bamboo ecosystem,
Yeah, I didn't either.
and it's actually proving pretty cool.
This is from Mount ONS. I'm building a robot now myself. Any tips?
Watch YouTube videos. There's so many channels that are dedicated to combat robot building. The parts are cheap. Start small. Little insect weight classes are great. The most expensive part is the radio transmitter, but you can use it for like everything. So buy a decent one, and yeah, just grab the parts, watch tutorials, build something. It'll suck. Make it better. It'll get better each time. Have fun.
There we go. That's good advice. Who's coming to Smurf? I am 98% sure I'll be there. That's the one in the UK in December.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, December, maybe. It'd be cold.
It will be cold.
Very cold.
Do you want to come to the UK in December?
I would like to, yeah. Again, not.
Christmas in London.
It sure sounds fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to go. But...
See, with Bill and Britt doing more of these 3D printing projects, it then behooves you guys to go to these rep festivals
doesn't
to
it?
have
Yeah.
a booth, and you get a maker booth. So the maker booths, I don't think they charge for.
Cool.
And then you get to show off your things.
Awesome. And I have a lot of friends in the UK. We're great to go
Alright.
see them. Haven't seen them. Last time I was there was, I think, 2015.
Oh, a while ago. Well, we can lock arms and fly together,
All right.
and then we'll meet you there.
We're gonna update on how the screen updates over UART, which is slow.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's like Arduino.
Stuff. All right. Einlanders videos with 2. The screen's firmware on GD updates over UART. Okay. Yeah, you just read that. But I wanted to give the 2, you know. There was someone... Let's give it a Smurf. Oh, how long in the US, Angus?
Till LTX. Yeah. Couple of more days.
What about LTX? Will you be at the 3D printer area most of the time? Any demos there? Bringing any projects?
I'll be around that area most of the time. I won't have any projects on display.
You're not bringing your Fallout?
I won't have it on display
Okay.
because that's not really suitable. Open source was where we had the Creator Museum, so that's where you could have stuff on display. From I had my Fallout printer. Alan had his snake legs,
That's right.
stuff like that.
We had our big
That was really
Transformers
fun.
print in the Creator Museum, too.
Yeah, the huge Inconel one.
People would go up and just kind of knock on it and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like,
That was
oh, it's
so
real. It's actually that big and that huge.
They announced the dates for the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival.
Oh, cool.
Which is near Denver.
Oh, I know
Super
people
easy
near
to
there.
get to. It'll be April 19th and 20th.
All right. Awesome.
Save him a table.
Fantastic.
So many events.
I have to meet the Smuggler's Room. Brian and Carissa. I don't know if you watch their YouTube videos.
I've heard of it.
They do a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Where are they at?
I believe they're in the Denver area.
Really?
I'm
Tell
pretty
them
sure.
to come to this event too.
Yeah.
36,000 square feet of like event space.
That's a lot.
I know.
That's huge.
It's great. See
How's
how
it
we're,
looking?
how we're going. What's your guess?
80.
No.
No.
90.
90.
All right.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. Alright. See, at home it'd be fine, 'cause you just put it on and go have lunch, but
Yeah.
live.
Not here.
Yeah. Give them a bit of a chewing out.
What do we have here?
Gotta stay
CNN stole Alan Pan's Snake Legs video. They did.
That's right.
Yeah, so he made his own Canadian United Media.
Yeah,
video.
that was
Don't-
was pretty good.
You don't mess with Alan.
There is an update to that story.
The video, right? The one that he did, or is there even more?
There's more.
Oh.
I won't spoil it. You guys can go to Alan's YouTube channel.
We'll go
Yeah.
get an
The
update.
latest.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Which Spice?
Okay, which Spice Girl are you?
I don't even know. It was like before my time.
I don't know the Spice Girls.
It's amazing. There was Scary Spice, Ginger Spice, Baby Spice, and like 2 other spices, and they were the Spice Girls.
I don't even know what they look like.
Is there a barbecue spice? Because that's what I would be.
Really?
Barbecue Spice. Posh Spice.
Oh,
Sporty-
Posh. That's right. Posh. Posh was married to David
Sporty.
Beckham. Or no, it wasn't Sporty was married. Posh Spice was married to David Beckham, and then Sporty Spice.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody got pigeonholed.
Yeah, yeah.
Will you guys be attending any East Coast
Can't
events? I'm going to a Dragon Con
That's Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Atlanta, Georgia, Labor Day, Dragon Con. It's my favorite con, and we'll be bringing costumes.
Essentially, it's people dressed up in costumes in a hotel lobby just hanging out.
That is part of Dragon Con. There's a lot of facets to Dragon Con.
Oh, is there more now?
Well, there's always been. Like, if you want to go play tabletop games all weekend long,
Yeah.
there's an area for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to go to a rave that starts at 3 a.m, that exists.
No.
You
Yeah.
can go, what if you try to go to everything?
Isn't there a
You
parade?
can't.
You
There's a
can't.
parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go to everything. There's
No.
so many things going on all at the same time.
Well, really, you just go hang with your
I'm
friends. right?
definitely Old Spice. That is absolutely
Old Spice.
Old Spice. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll be at the East Coast Rep Festival.
Very good.
97%.
Ah, so
Okay.
close.
Let's hope the percentage is accurate and it just doesn't sit at 99.
Yeah,
like,
99.
Like
99.
Windows used to do.
99.
Yeah.
99.
Or-
Or 100. 100. 100.
Or Adobe
100.
Premiere when you're exporting your video.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of people have problems with Premiere. I don't have any problems with
Yeah.
Premiere.
I found that there were 2 copies of Premiere installed on my computer. I was exporting
the old one and the new one, right?
Yeah, I was exporting a video and it failed because my hard drive was full. And I was like, why is that? And after doing a little bit of digging, I
Yeah.
realized that there were 2 copies of Premiere installed.
Yeah.
Sometimes they keep old versions,
Yeah.
or you can choose to have beta versions installed.
There's also all the backup files.
Yeah.
They just bloat everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
3D Print Creator at 100%, it starts unpacking from 1% again. You stop that.
No. No.
It's at 99.
that's
Okay, I'm just gonna hang
criminal.
out here and see what happens.
Yeah.
No, see, it's writing data, so and it checked data. Okay, rebooted.
He was cheesy. He was joking.
Okay.
Okay,
You
good.
don't do that to
Scared
us.
me.
It's cruel.
You scared
It's
me a little
cruel.
bit. Oh, update finished, confirmed. So you have to hit a button. Okay.
Dragon Con is the best. I agree, Joe Ellis.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of
there
cool
is-
stuff from that.
There is a new Benchy file to download.
To download.
Yeah, a new Benchy.
So the
file.
G code's different?
It could be.
Okay.
Well, how will we know if the firmware made the Benchy better or if this new slicer
Yeah.
is better?
Well, I don't know. What do you want to do?
The science is
Well, what
going
do we
right
do?
out the window.
Wait, do we run the old file then?
No, we should make the new one.
Okay, new one. Yeah.
We just want to print it.
What if it's the same?
the best Benchy
Yeah.
possible.
What if it's the same?
I mean, hopefully it is the same.
It might be. All right. Well, that's.
There's not really anything wrong with this Benchy. Like,
No, it
got-
looks fine.
It's got the hull line, but it's only on one side. Like, it's fine. First layer is good, so I'll have to reset that, I guess.
Yeah, 3D Benchy, 17-minute. Like it's the same thing. I just put a manufacturer USB stick into my computer again.
Yep, that's not great. Now downloading all your data.
Test file.
It says turn it off for 20 seconds and restart. That's what Lauren says.
It does?
No, that's what they suggest to do.
I did that at the beginning. I'm just going by what they
But
said.
do we do it now?
No, of course we don't do it now.
Okay.
Because they didn't tell us to do. We kind of have to do what the manufacturer says, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're being specific enough to say you have to have a name of a USB drive as space.
Okay, the new Benchy file is the exact same size as the old Benchy file. So this is 2433270, 2433270. Okay, it's at the byte level they're the same. So I'm guessing this new Benchy isn't a new Benchy. It's just named different.
Yeah. Interesting.
New firmware.
I'll
I
do
don't
it.
know. Find the USB stick or find the USB port and let's make it go. Let's make it chooch.
I love USB. Which way is it? Which way you had it correct the first way and then you get it wrong? I can't even see the slot. That's awful.
Come on, did you put it in?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
That's horrible. Blindly inserting old like USB.
Everything's fine.
Just heard from a friend who had like a 40-hour print going and it failed at like hour 50.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she's gonna try and start it over, take it off, start it over, and then glue the pieces together.
Yeah. I don't even bother doing complex prints like that. I'm just like, if there's a lot of parts, I'll just do a few at a time. I've been burnt so many times.
Right. That's kind of one of the reasons why our new projects I want to do in many pieces. Or like the helmet I printed in several pieces. Partially, my printer wasn't big enough to do the whole thing. But having a helmet print fail 90% of the way through versus just printing a bunch of different pieces where if one of them fails, you can just reprint that one part.
Yep.
That's terrible.
I tend to go for that second.
Plus, with
second
helmets, the support structure for the top is usually like a huge
thing. Oh,
column.
yeah.
So you're almost better off doing it parts just to save time,
Mhm.
not only to reduce failures.
Yeah, when I printed that in several parts, I needed almost no support.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some helmets you can get away with cutting them through the middle because like they curve over just enough to not really
Yeah.
need much support. I found.
So we printed 2 of those helmets, 2 of these, and so this one was done on the Ultimaker in many pieces, but Brittany's we had Joel print on the large Formlabs printer.
Yeah, the Form 3L.
And the main body of it printed in 2 parts. We just cut it down the middle with a whole bunch of supports on the inside.
And it looked great, right?
It looks so good. And since Joel was doing it, I didn't really care about those things.
No, it's a Joel problem.
Yeah,
No, Formlabs was really happy to provide the material for it, and it was
Yeah.
it was a more resilient
Durable
material,
stuff,
durable
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But still lightweight. Like Britt wore it, no problem.
I believe this one is a little lighter, just because it's the Form one was solid. This one has infill. This cage that wraps around it here in the back. This is all printed on the Anycubic resin printer in small pieces that were then glued together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look, it's kind of hard to tell, but you'll see little tabs on the back where I bridged the gaps with a little piece of styrene plastic. I
Okay.
hid them pretty well, but there's one there.
Do you use resin to glue resin prints together, or do you just use glue?
I just use super glue.
Okay.
Bill's got a lot of super glue.
True.
Like a lot of super glue.
But then the ear puck was separate, and then the part in the middle was separate, so I didn't have to mask them for painting.
Yeah.
This is a separate piece that just comes out.
That's always the way to do it.
The
Hey,
visor was a
Fotis!
couple
Fotis
pieces.
is in the chat.
Hey! And
The
Sean.
legend.
We are at 50 out of 60C, and then it will heat the nozzle.
This I don't know how that happened, but at some point it cracked.
Yeah. Sorry, it's unfortunate.
Battle damage.
Yeah. Battle damage.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we took it to conventions, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see why you like to do a lot of foam helmets.
Yeah.
Just for the durability.
Oh yeah. I'm not precious with the stuff I make. Like I want to bring it out into the world. I want
Yeah.
to play with it. I want to show it
Yeah.
off.
Like cosplay stuff should be used.
Oh, yeah.
If it's on the shelf, it's nice. But if you can actually take it to convention, it's.
Jorvin's here. Hey Jay.
Yeah!
Thanks for swinging by, buddy. One of my other friends that I'm very jealous of got to go to Open Sauce.
He's a good dude.
He is.
He's
good
a
dude.
super good dude.
Yes. Dapper props.
So, by the way, I need a printer that can print a 12-inch and 4-inch vertical print.
Well then, pretty much any largish.
Anything, well, that's 12
Printer.
inches is going to be 400 millimeter, right? So it'd have to be.
300. Isn't it?
Is it 3? Yeah, it's 300, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
300. So this would probably do it.
Yeah, this will do it. If you can get away with it, just an i3. Decent i3 would do it.
It's moving.
3D Print Creator was asking me about 3D scanners. I haven't kept up on the tech, so if your parts are shiny, you probably need a laser, or you need to coat the parts in a scan spray,
Yeah.
and then use a
Or
structured light.
if it's possible, you can just cover it in tape. That's what I've done.
Yeah, that works too.
Really? You can get the tape stuck down smooth enough to.
Depends on the model,
Yeah.
but the visor I covered in tape.
Ah.
I'll show you some stuff I've scanned with my phone on Polycam. So
Yeah.
that's me. That's my head.
You look good, Bill.
Check this out. This was for David Picciuto. He needed a 3D scanned pizza. So there's a 3D pizza.
That pizza's a business expense.
It is. And I even got a slice, just an individual slice of the pizza. It turned out pretty great.
Did you then eat it?
Oh yeah. But here's the visor. So I covered it in tape, and I don't know if the lines helped, but I drew lines on it, and I also drew a measurement. I measured corner to corner with calipers, so I could calibrate it in Fusion after scanning. But these are all ready from my phone.
That's amazing.
Let's see here. This was just a little desktop model, like a little sculpture that turned out great. Like that you could print right as is. There's my part of my ecto goggles.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, it did really good. What kind of lighting situation were you in when you scanned those with Polycam?
I use studio lights like you've got here, like a softbox on both sides, so it was as evenly lit as possible.
Yeah.
So then did you move your phone or did you have a turntable?
I walked around it holding my phone.
Okay.
Yeah. That usually gives a better result. Because the lighting changes if you move the object.
Yeah.
I've got a Polycam. Let me see what I've scanned and I can show you.
This was at Meow Wolf Area 15 in Las Vegas. This is like a 50-foot statue that I ran around and scanned. I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's pretty cool.
I was at Goodwill and there was a little Halloween decoration there.
Wow, it turned out great.
Like, that's not bad. Oh, Angus, it misses you. There we go. Look at that. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
back.
not bad at all. Yeah.
Nice.
And actually, the when I did the video of the hand and the foot, I did the initial scan in Polycam.
Brilliant. This is a life cast
There
of
we
my,
go.
of my
Yeah.
twin brother. So that turned out awesome.
So it's essentially you.
It is, yeah. You can see there's lines on it from figuring out helmets and stuff. Oh, it's not there. So I have been really impressed with the just 3D scanning stuff on my phone and how useful it's been.
Whoa.
That's faster. Sounds faster.
It sound yeah, it does. It says it's a 17. I did the new files just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, this one turned out really well.
Maybe they've upped the accelerations in the firmware.
But I mean, it's chooching. Like,
Yeah.
it's moving.
There's my foam doom hammer. This scan turned out great.
Jeez, that's really good.
Yeah.
How hard is it to bring that into then your modeling software to?
Oh, that is way faster. You can feel it.
Yeah, it's moving.
So
Like, wow.
in Fusion 360, there's a limit. It's like 10,000 polygons or
Yeah.
less. So I had to bring it into Mesh Mixer or
Oh, you
or
decimate it.
Blender or whatever
Yeah,
and to decimate it.
Yeah.
And then that which is like a one-step operation. It's
Oh,
not
you
that-
just
not
say
that
how
hard.
many triangles you want to bring it down to?
Yeah, or
whatever?
like a percentage or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then export it again as an OBJ or whatever, and then dump that into Fusion.
Yeah. Because under a certain polygon count, it'll let you use it as a solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
Yeah, and you can convert surfaces if you're ready.
I think it.
Ooh.
Jeez, it is.
I heard a crack. Is it still attached?
It layer shifted.
It layer shifted.
Yep.
Sounds angry.
I think they've tried to keep up with other printers and they've pushed it a bit fast. That's really fast. You can.
I'm gonna let it go for just a second, but
Wow.
So the update made it worse.
yeah. So the firmware update that QIDI told me to do actually made it worse. This is a failed print.
Wow.
And it's not like it came off the bed. It's a layer shift.
Yeah, take a look.
Huh.
It's still stuck down. It's just it moved.
Oh,
a
it's
little
because the
bit.
corners are warping.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's catching on the corners. Well, it must have caught on one of the corners.
So is that I don't know, I haven't been paying too much attention. Is the trend currently printers that can do stupid fast prints?
Stupid fast. The trend is to just go fast but achieve a decent quality. There's input shaping, like what we talked about, that printers can take advantage of, but
It's just the infill. The sparse infill. That's stupid. That's really fast.
Oh.
The perimeters are slow.
on the infill's fast.
The infill's like way too fast. You can actually hear it clunking.
Yeah.
See? I think it's actually skipping on the extruder.
Oh, it's that
So-
sort of fast.
So the infill is like way faster than the external perimeters or the solid infill. So it's almost like they've put the accelerations really high and they've put the speed for the sparse infill really high. So that's what the crazy moves are. They're
I'm
not
gonna kill it.
they're not rapids, they're actually the infill. And it's too fast.
Speed kills, man.
Yeah.
Let's get this off the bed. Here we go. Let's see. There it is. That's it. That's the new Benchy. New firmware and that 17-minute file that I was supposed to download. And yeah. It's cool. All right. There you go. So at the end of the day, you just want something that works. Wow. And what I learned from Nero, when you have a Voron, don't just automatically update all the time. If you have a set that works, just like using the RC of something, if you have something that works and you need this thing to just work, maybe you don't update it, because the machine worked fine. The 17-minute Benchy we did out of the box looks great.
Yeah, because you can't afford downtime. Imagine you had like 10 of these as a print farm, and you just did that update, and now they're all broken.
Yeah, and each printer took an hour to update, and now they're all bad. Yeah. So you have to bring the firmware back to whatever was on there before, or try different older firmwares to see what's going on. Yeah. Now, it's just
to be fair, I think if we looked at the G code for this, if you loaded it into like a slicer and looked at what the settings are, I think they've just pushed the speeds way too high.
Yeah. People are saying you need to re-level it, and no, we didn't. We didn't need to re-level it. It did the little the camp, like the clipper camp, right, where it just levels where it needs to. Like that was stuck to the bed. If that wasn't stuck to the bed, we would have needed to re-level it, but it was stuck to the bed just fine. So re-leveling wasn't it.
If it wasn't stuck to the bed properly, it would have come free. That was very, very fast, and it layer shifted 3 times at least.
Nero, you may have to go through and redo the first time setup again. If that's the case, then QIDI should have mentioned that or made that a part of the firmware restart to trigger a first time experience.
Yeah.
I have to approach things like I don't know stuff, just like everybody else out there. So I have to approach this as a normal user who would then go and buy this. And at $1,000, it has some really good ideas built into it, but the problem was they told me to update the firmware because they wanted, I think, to be a part of the speed race.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's just not it.
So what Nero is saying is it might need to do its compensations again for resonances. But again, those speeds were so fast. I mean, we could try it, but it's up to you.
Sure, I mean, I can go through a first run setup.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the G code at some point as well.
Yeah,
just I'm curious.
Let's go through. The good news is we've been sent Benchy recovery funds from Zachary 3D Prints.
Hey, Zachary!
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's for the families that will be mourning this poor failed Benchy. The first layer is really good. It's stuck really well.
Yeah, it looked good.
Got a nice texture to it from the textured PEI.
We get to hear it do its song, sing the song of its people again.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know how to get it into the.
Let me have a look. It might be like the old one.
Really? Oh, you want to get it?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah. Where was it on the old one?
Well, calibration, exactly where you were.
Oh.
you're right there. Input shaping. There you go. I'll just do its thing again.
Alright, well, let's see what happens. So if it was input shaping, then what values is it using? Because it wouldn't be using old values.
I don't think it's input shaping because it was the infill that was doing it. Normally you'd see input shaping affect like the perimeters.
Yeah.
And the perimeters are worse as well. They're a little bit more, there's a little bit more wavy. So that probably is the input shaping being reset. Okay. But there's like little, how do you define that? Like little waves. So as it's gone around the sharp corner, it's got ghosting, which is what the input shaping should fix. But what was weird is that the rapid infill speed, like that was crazy fast.
Yeah. So I mean, if what we're doing now, the input shaping fixes it, then that's great.
think of it.
Yeah.
So this seems to me that since it just kept shifting in one direction, that like it skipped a step and then it was in there from now on, and then it skipped again.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the fast movements that it was doing that skipped the motor. Right?
It was throwing the mass too fast, and then the step motor skips a step, and because they're step motors, they're dumb. They don't know they've skipped a step.
Yeah.
And they just keeps doing it again. So you can see it was like throwing it a little bit more each time. It was shifting.
Yeah,
a little bit
in the same direction.
And then at the top here, it seemed like it did it like every layer.
Well, before it started doing that, it was looking okay.
Yeah. So that probably would have been the solid fill to like 5 layers or so.
Yeah.
Solid fill, and then once it started doing the sparse infill, it went.
Well, then let's do this. Let's get it fixed. I hope that's the fix.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned that in the firmware update PDF that's available next to it, it gives some instructions there.
Okay.
But also, did you know the Prusa manual, when you assemble your printer, tells you when to eat your Haribo bears?
It instructs you.
I think for a consumer level 3D printer, putting something in the instructions that's essential for your machine to work without putting any sort of screen text that tells you to check it or something, I think is bad, because 9 times out of 10, a consumer isn't going to look at a PDF. They're going to download a file, put it on their printer, and then do what the printer tells them to do. And while, I mean, putting it in a PDF is fine, the problem is not everybody's going to see it.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, the first start did run through all the calibration and input shaping.
Yeah.
It was the firmware update that has thrown a spanner in the works, because the first bench is great.
Yeah, it's great.
So we'll see if this fixes it. But I'm still curious to see what the speed. It looked like over 200 millimeters a second for that infill.
It was going.
It was
like
very
it was
quick.
going. Let's do this thing. Singing the song.
So yeah, I was saying, seemed fast, but same G code, max acceleration in the firmware was changed probably.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree if the G code was exactly the same.
It was down to the byte. It was the same.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope this fixes it.
Yeah.
JRT3D says 3 YouTubers walk into a bar. I think 3 YouTubers should eventually today walk into a bar.
I think a bar is. I think some lunch and a beer is calling my name.
That's a good idea.
Dukas is saying modeled threads are undersized holes for 3D printing. I never model threads. Do you? It's anything under M6 I just smash through.
One time I did it just to see if I could.
Okay.
I was making the little DJI microphones that people have, the ones that you've seen. I wanted to make a lollipop mic for that, so I could take that to the show. And so I made a handle, and I made the flag, and I actually, in Fusion, did the threads, so I could screw it together.
Gotcha.
And I was like, yes, I did it, but wow, I don't want to do that again.
No. You can.
So this has all metal hardware on it, all real screws, and I just 3D printed them undersized and then tapped them with an M3 tap.
Yeah.
Or some of these are M4s.
Oh, so you tapped them, you didn't use the screws to grind into the plastic.
Correct.
You
Use an
tapped them
actual
properly.
tap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's that worked out?
It works really well in ABS.
Yeah.
PLA is
all
probably
stuff.
fine as well.
PLA Plus
Probably.
is really chewy, so it's
Yeah.
quite good. You can get they're called Plastite screws,
Oh yeah.
and they're used for injection molding. They're really good as well.
Cool.
Because I find the small M3 threads can just strip. You're a little bit too over eager. You just strip the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And M2s especially, like I've tried even using a real tap with
Forget
M2s, it just makes the hole bigger.
No, just get a bolt nut for them.
Let's do the calculations.
Yeah. Okay.
Although the trigger axles are press fit.
Oh, nice.
Rods,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Input shaping completed.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, David's saying threaded inserts. They are the way to go if you can.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last. I have a bunch of them, but I haven't had a project where I really needed them yet.
Yeah.
But threaded inserts are super neat. I saw that like heated press.
Naomi sent me
Yeah.
hers. It's so satisfying because it's got the rubber band pressure on it, so you put the heated insert into the little insert that's hot and it just slowly goes shoo, and stops at the limit you set.
Nice.
So it's just perfect.
Oh.
So satisfying.
I
All
love.
right, I'm doing it again.
I love.
Right? Time for the band. I've done the input shaping.
All right.
That's all we need to do.
See what
Okay.
happens. I really like one of my favorite subreddits is specialized tools.
Oh, I bet that's a
tools
good
that
one.
do very specific things.
Yeah, they're indispensable for that
Yeah.
one thing.
But I don't like I said, most of the time I just tap the holes after the fact, so I haven't had a chance to use them very much.
Team Shock is saying, I built a 150 gram spinner that hits really hard but keeps getting stuck upside down. And any ways you know how to fix it? Well, I mean, if you know how to fix it, let me know, because that's what my one does. The issue is weight. Like, 150 grams is nothing.
Yeah.
The trick is to have the weapon powerful enough to keep spinning. So
the weapon will spit.
yeah,
pop it
so you
back
just
over?
pop it back up.
Yeah.
So I copied Death Roll's blade, which has a really long tooth, so it gets really jammed. But some people do it like a really disc-shaped thing with little teeth, and it can sort of keep spinning and bump over. That's
Combat robots, man.
combat robots.
Oh,
they're
Can't
they're
get
a thing.
enough.
So the thing we did, I hope everybody can hear me. The thing we did with combat robots is really cool, and you're going to see it soon. But are you up for building a combat robot sometime?
Yes, you
Yeah.
know I am.
Yes.
And Brittany. Brittany's in.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We
And I know some of the local combat BattleBots teams as well.
Oh really?
Like Big Dill. I met the Big Dill team when I went to
yeah.
BattleBots. They're
We're talking about ant weight. class.
You would do insect class ones to start here.
Little
but-
Dill.
Oh.
Little
No.
little deal.
Micro dill.
Micro
All right, we're heating the bed. We'll see if this helps out.
Yeah.
Because it was really
Yeah.
moving. Like it was
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
There's
So
that-
Timothy just said, didn't you redo calibration? So we just did the calibration then. So
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And you chucked your 5 pounds.
Oh really?
So-
Hey, that's a fiber,
Yeah.
Timothy, right there. That's it.
So now it should be either good or not good, but we have done the calibration again.
Yeah.
There are a few Pacific Northwest BattleBots teams. Big
Teams.
Dill and Warbird, and blanking. Claw Viper.
Claw Viper's
Ooh.
very cool. He has a smaller one as well that was on display
that's
at
awesome.
open source.
Claw Viper was a surprise favorite this year.
Yeah.
They were like, what are we gonna do different than everyone? We're gonna make the fastest BattleBot out
Yeah.
there, and it is just shockingly fast.
Yeah.
How quick this
Yeah.
robot
He's
is.
like, you know the weapon motors you use? I'm going to use them for drives.
Yeah.
Wait, did you get to see it in Vegas when you went?
I can't remember. We saw 12 fights. We saw a
That's
lot of
Was that
fights.
fun?
It was really fun.
That's awesome.
And they're just 3 minutes apiece at most.
Uh huh.
Right?
3 minutes
Yeah,
of chaos.
3 minutes. That's all you need.
So then, okay, it's because you were at BattleBots. How long is it? How long is the reset between fights?
So all right. We saw 12 fights in about 4 hours.
Oh,
So whatever that math is.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's
And between fights, they showed footage from the previous fight, like slow-mo footage and everything. And they had a guy working the crowd too, walking around with a microphone.
okay.
So they kept it moving for.
So
the
it was
first
fun.
time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So as a audience member, it's entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because they have to clean up the bots after the fight, and then they have to get the new bots, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit because the robots aren't ready.
Yeah.
It's quite a production,
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah. And they
kind
have
of
the
bonkers.
entry. They have to come in and do a show, and
Yeah.
then
and they do that twice a day
okay.
for 2 weeks to film
Alright.
the whole season. Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Jeez.
So there was a morning showing that we
Yeah.
went to, and then an evening showing that Harrison from Fulton Props went to.
Cool.
Randomly, we were all in Vegas on the same day, and
He's a good dude.
we saw most of our fights haven't even aired yet, so we didn't even see fights from the proper tournament. They do a second tournament, the Sin City Slugfest.
Oh.
That was all but one of the fights we saw were from that, and those haven't even
Interesting.
aired yet. Yeah.
So yeah, they've got like a good backlog.
Oh yeah, they film so like 20 plus fights a day.
Yeah, and they add a lot of stuff in between the fights.
Yeah, they do.
And then we got
There
to
we
go. We got to pull some strings and go hang out in the battle box and check that out, which was really cool. And then go hang out with the teams and go meet
Sick.
everyone.
Yeah.
It's printing now.
We're pals with Hypershock. Will Bales.
Yeah. He was at open source. There's quite a few guys with their bots. The thing is like how big they are. It just
And they
messes
had-
with your head.
They had 3 complete hypershocks.
Yeah. Because the damage is too much to repair them sometimes, and you need full replacement robots.
Yeah. Cannot
Yeah.
fathom how much those cost.
That's why they have like 4 or 5 sponsors each.
Yep,
And they're like
yep.
big sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Hypershock's one of my favorites. I have one of their wheels.
That's cool. Yeah.
Some of the teams will sell their parts of their broken robot on eBay.
Sure, why not?
So that's how I got a Hypershock wheel.
Oh, fans are going.
So yeah, it's pretty quiet until the fans are going, and then it's pretty loud.
Robots activate.
Yeah.
My-
Robots activated.
So I have a twin brother, and he is a science teacher and the coach for his high school's robotics team.
They do first robotics, right?
Yeah. So they're way into it. And he has 2 kids. So we've been getting them the BattleBots toys for Christmas. They have a little BattleBots arena. And Simon
nice.
will go through the whole
Oh, perfect.
robots activate
That's pretty fun.
and do his own announcer. And the
Oh, that's
winner
perfect.
is
That's
and he'll
perfect.
pause for like an extreme long amount of time. Rotator!
Oh, I bet it's fun.
He does, yeah. So Rob, my twin Rob, is definitely trying to get his kiddos into robot competition.
Zachary Prince, why are fans still loud after these years? Well, I mean, they
Gotta move air.
have to move air.
Yeah.
So the reason Noctua fans are quieter is because they don't move as much air, right?
Yeah. There is some like fanciness to the blade shape and stuff. At the end of the
You
day,
can baffle it a little bit, you can do whatever, but
Yep,
it's
yep.
still you're still moving air.
you're pulling air through. and
Yeah,
that
air
makes-
hasn't gotten any quieter.
No.
You can if you want to go slower to reduce the noise, you just have to go bigger to move more air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, some printers will just have a huge fan that just blows air across the whole print bed,
That has one.
like a curtain fan, and that.
Oh, yeah. So that one has the side mount fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time they'll do like top down,
Yeah.
but the problem is that you cool the print bed too fast.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And like some of the curtain fan ones, people have gotten like thermal imaging cameras and just shown there's like a big area that the print bed's too cold.
Mhm.
So you got to only activate it like a few layers up, which may affect your first few layers in terms of accuracy.
It seems
For,
to
like,
be.
print plates.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to just wait.
Seems like it's going better.
The curtain fan on this one is actually behind a bracket. So, did you see?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, take a look at that. So the curtain fan's on the right side, and the fan outlet is actually kind of like behind it on the side you're closest to. So the fan's there. There's kind of like a bracket in the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell you what,
so I don't think
So it's like the
blowing full.
bamboo one.
Yeah.
It's still going fast on the infill, but
It's
doesn't
going a
feel-
lot
it-
slower though.
It doesn't feel as
That
violent.
is a lot. The accelerations are a lot more subdued, so I think they were right.
Yeah. All right.
The,
Well, good.
the
I love it
calibration
when
got lost.
I love it when I'm wrong and I learn something.
Yeah. Well, now we know.
But after doing the firmware, it should have been like, hey, you know, it'd be a really good idea. Run that calibration again.
I fully
like the
assumed
machine
it.
should tell
I
you
fully
that.
the
assumed it
machine
would go.
should,
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
back through the first start wizard again.
Yeah.
They should just force it.
Like this is going. It's
In theory, it should be like the same, right?
should be. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes. I'm sorry, 13 minutes.
Cool.
12 minutes? I don't know if the times are good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not moving nearly as fast.
I'm wondering if the previous one felt faster, just because like when it got to the end of each movement, it was just overshooting it a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So it just felt
previous meeting,
violent.
Not the first one. But
No, the second
second.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it just felt more violent on the table. Like you could feel it.
Well, yeah. The accelerations, decelerations would have been way more harsh. So it would have been like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
the
that's-
input shaping never going around the corner.
Yeah.
So if it's got a higher acceleration or deceleration, then it's like braking
Sooner.
like later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got to go stop real quick and then and then go. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm learning a lot. I don't tinker with these machines very much. I like get them to work, and then I have them print my props.
Oh, that's ideally. That's what you get, right?
And you know, I have other machines. If you're ever like, I need something bigger,
Okay.
I'll be like, here, borrow this for an extended period of time.
Yep.
Yeah, fast printing has changed my life because you go from, oh, this print's gonna take 2 days to this print will take like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can consistently cut print times in half and achieve the same quality bar,
Oh yeah.
then you can get twice as much done.
Especially now that both Brittany and I are sharing that Prusa machine. And at first I was like, oh, it won't be a problem. Until she's printing something, and I'm like, oh, now I want to print something.
See, that's why you need another,
I do need more.
and then you need a third.
I actually took the ABS out of my Ultimaker and put PLA in it to print some of the parts for this boat.
No.
Yep.
Like-
And it printed great. The
Sure.
The Ultimaker printed all the silver pieces,
Okay.
so like it printed this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And these parts there.
Yeah.
Not bad for a
It looks
10-year-old
fine.
machine.
Nah, I mean,
Those are solid.
I've still got my old up Mini from 2012 and it still works. It's
Hey Angus,
just never
Team
broke.
Shock is saying, should they ban wedge robots? They're pretty boring to watch and just okay to drive.
Yeah, look, they're simple, and because you have the same weight limit, you don't have to spend weight on your weapon, so you have more armor. But most competitions now will ban them in the fact that you need to have an active weapon to fight. And we also have sportsman class, which is like featherweights, where you can't have wedges unless they're an active part of the weapon. So
What do you mean by active?
So if you have a flipper and you have the arm has a flipper like point to get under your opponent, you can have that. But you can't just have passive wedges on the side. Yeah.
Oh, so your
Some
armor
sort of-
can't be a wedge.
Your armor can't be a wedge. It
Some
has to
sort
be
of moving part.
Yeah, and that's
Interesting.
I
they-
get that though, because like you want these fights to be exciting.
Yeah,
'Cause
Sure.
When so Brittany and I got into BattleBots when the new show came out in like 2016, and a lot of fights back then ended up with two robots that would run into each other, their weapons would break, and then they would just shove for a while.
yeah.
And no one wants to watch that.
No.
Fortunately, now that almost never happens because the robots are either extremely durable or they just obliterate the other robot. And as a viewer,
Yeah.
that's what we came to see.
Yeah. Because you're either doing a robot event as a competition or you're doing a robot event as a show.
Yeah, yeah,
And BattleBots is firmly a show.
yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Whereas we have a pit in ours, so for the last minute, a pit will open. So if your robot's weapon's broken and someone else has got better control at you, they'll push you in the pit and
Yeah,
you will win.
yeah.
Even if you've been smashing them for 2 whole minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But, that ends the fight quickly and it's not as exciting for the audience.
But
True.
but knowing that going into it, you design a robot that can take advantage of that fact.
Yeah,
For the
yeah, yeah.
competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So each competition will have its own flavor of robots.
Actually, the first year I went to DragonCon, 2011, Brittany and I didn't know what this was all about, so we wandered everywhere and we found a room where they were doing its small combat robots.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You just found small combat
we just
robots.
happened upon some combat robots, and they had a table like maybe twice as wide as this with a thing around it to
Mm.
protect everyone. But the bots were like yay big,
Yeah, yeah.
and they had doors that would open, and if you shut them out the door, you
Yeah,
would win.
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember
Stefan says hi.
Hey, Stefan!
Hey,
Stefan.
Have you made it home safe?
what I never really watched combat robots until then, and what got me was there was a full body spinner, this little robot, and it would just spin its little heart out in the middle of the box, and the other robot was like, I don't know, and the spinner
Yeah.
just went, it clipped the side of the thing, it just exploded.
Yeah.
It just erupted
Yeah.
into parts,
Yeah.
and then the other robot shoved all the little parts out the door.
No.
And I was like, this might be for me. This
Yeah,
is cool.
yeah. The spinners are their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because they got to take what they dish out.
But they keep having them because they're always exciting.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Captain Shredderator and Tombstone and
Yeah.
Tombstone is.
the
I-
full body spinners.
I
though.
did get to meet Ray Billings
Oh,
in open source and
that's
have a chat.
awesome.
Like seeing Tombstone in person is just like when you see it on TV, you forget how big they are.
Yeah.
Because these
It's,
robots are
it's
flying
this
around.
big.
It's the blade is that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that thick,
Oh.
steel, and it's just okay.
Bananas.
And it's built to take that, like when it hits, it does a full. It's
Yeah, yeah. He has to shock him out the drives and all the stuff so
Yeah.
it survives. Yeah.
One of the things my brother says about them, so they build robots for competition, but they don't destroy each other. They have to do a task, like shoot balls up into a
Yeah,
roof or
so
whatever.
first robotics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things he said is, once you have a functional robot, one of the things you can do that will give you the best chance is to drive the robot a lot. Just practice driving the robot. And he has his team is high schoolers, and getting them to consistently meaningfully practice driving a robot, not just farting around. It's a hard thing to do, but you can tell when someone is really good at driving the robot versus someone who isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You see a lot of steering, like oversteering and everything.
You're describing my steering path at OpenSauce
Yeah.
when I fought Angus.
To be fair, his left and right was inverted.
Oh no!
And he got pretty good at it. He was like, overcorrect, send it.
Nice.
Yeah, you essentially look at a vector and then you're just like, go.
Yeah.
You just go.
Yeah.
But the people that have practiced a lot driving their robot, you know, because the other robot will be moving and they track it and nail it, and then they're on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't give them a chance to get away.
Kids
And
are usually really good at it too. They
The
usually
people
pick it
that
up really
drive-
fast.
The people that drive well were really good at like Counter-Strike and
Yeah,
those kind of
yeah.
games because they could do this
Uh-huh.
and do this and then they get you.
Yeah. They're like predicting where you're going to be, not trying to go to where you were.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Counter-Strike. I was never that good, but I played a lot.
This is looking really good once you get past the top half is looking really good.
Nice.
I
Bottom
think because
half.
it's taken some time, right? There's more detail, and so it's not just going
Yeah,
full
okay.
speed. Yeah, you'll see what I mean.
So
But,
yeah,
like,
the input shaping's made a big difference then.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Almost done. We got like 5 minutes.
Sick.
My college had a dedicated Counter-Strike server, which is great. This was like
The college did.
2001.
Yeah.
And so yeah, after class, we'd all scurry back to our dorm rooms and join the server and try and rush to be on Jerry's team because Jerry was really good.
We had a.
He would have to change his name every time, 'cause otherwise everyone would just flood his
Really?
name.
He was that good.
He's that good.
We had I had a startup company. I worked in 2001, and they would always bring dinner at 7 o'clock, and if you stayed to work later, you could have the free dinner. Pretty typical tech thing to do.
Yeah.
But someone stood up a Counter-Strike server. So then we stayed late to work, but also like just played a lot of Counter-Strike and ate free pizza. And it was like,
Nice.
it wasn't bad at all.
Nice.
It was actually wonderful.
It's a good line.
I think she got a question.
Sure.
You think it's possible to do an Omni wheel? An Omni wheels?
Yeah.
For a 150 gram robot.
Uh,
What's an Omni? Is it Omni wheel?
So
Yeah.
an Omni wheel is a wheel made out of wheels. So it's got rollers in it. And the idea is you can have, there's different types. There's mechanism wheels and there's Omni wheels. Omni wheels, you have 3 of them, and then depending on how much you drive each one and what direction, you can strafe.
Oh, I see.
The issue with Omni wheels is you have no traction or pushing power. So they're not great for combat robots. If you want to see glitch on BattleBots, I mean, it had a lot of other issues, but like getting a good weapon hit, you need to like get a good run up, and Omni wheels are really bad for that. Complexity of it in a 150 gram robot, I reckon it's possible. Would I do it? Probably not. You'd have to make the Omni wheels from scratch because I don't know if they make them that small.
Yeah.
Someone at Open Source had Swerve Drive, which is similar, but the whole thing
Huh.
like swivels.
Yeah.
So he was able to get traction and strafing. That was cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, he came from first originally
Very
doing
cool.
that. Yeah. But the complexity of that was like even more than Omni wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, none of the Omni wheel BattleBots really
Let's
did,
answer that question.
did much.
So someone's asking
Yeah.
why Core XY instead of HBot. So I'm not familiar with those systems enough to comment on that. Do you know?
HBot can have a skewing force. So because of the way the belts are arranged, if you pull and pull the motors, because you're using the same 2 motors on the same belt to do X and Y. There's like if your axes aren't rigid enough, you can skew
Oh, really?
the axis.
Oh,
Whereas Core XY fixes that, but the belt configuration's weirder.
it's a lot weirder. Yeah, a lot longer, right?
It's a lot longer, and it's
Yeah.
got like a crossover, but it counteracts the skewing force. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, racking. Yeah, Alex is.
So
got it
HBot
right.
is fine if you don't encounter the skewing force, but if you do, then Core XY is probably the way to go.
So like Panda was saying if you go fast, it's an issue, but slower. Like I've done H-bot designs before; they're fine.
Sure.
It's slow
Lots of
speed.
designs work great when you're going slower.
Yeah, yeah, we're pushing the boundaries now.
Like, I'd love to see Vez 3D have an i3, tuned.
Tuned.
Just the bed would be thrown back and forth, the printer would be rocking.
Oh, can you imagine? Like do a TPU print with a bed that's like going too fast. So it's like a Jello print.
Be amazing.
Yeah. Andrew was saying there's a Mechanim wheel mod for Death Races.
A what?
A Mechanim wheel mod for Death Races.
Really?
Strafe.
Oh. That's cool.
What do you think of BattleBots? No tap out rules. The crab driving is okay. Basically,
Yeah.
it used to be that if the robot could just kind of rotate a little bit, they would get counted out. Now they just let it go, and what you end up with is more fights that go to the judges. But I think that made the drivers happier because there were a lot of disagreements over whether or not a robot was out. And they said, fine, we'll just let it go the full 3 minutes and have the judges decide it.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just more for the competitors. It makes them feel better.
Yeah, it's
Do you get more time?
it's really
Yeah.
subjective
Yeah.
what is motion and what is like your robot
Right.
can't move, and often the is it what do they call umpires on it, like the
Judges.
not the judges, the people who are like doing the counting.
Oh,
out.
yeah, referees.
I read the refs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Often they'd be like, oh, you actually haven't moved for 30 seconds, but I'll only start the countdown later.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just happened and they'll start the countdown. Like it's really subjective,
Right. So
And-
I think the new rules are maybe a little more
a
objective.
bit more fair.
But
yeah.
what you end up with fights, sometimes you have fights where the last, 45 seconds is just two robots twitching in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Which isn't
yeah.
fun to watch.
Yeah. Like
But then it makes the judges have to work. Which,
Funny.
when we were there, Fawn Davis was one of the judges. Who's another
Yeah, I
friend of
saw
ours.
we were watching one and he
Yeah.
was there. Yeah, that's kind of
Fawn's
cool.
a cool guy.
that's cool.
Hey Angus,
Yeah.
which Bamboo Lab printer is the best overall for the money?
Well, that's completely subjective. It depends what is best for your needs. For me, I use the X1 Carbon a lot because I print in high temp materials, basically, and it works out of the box. But
And it's set up and
it's
ready to
set up,
go,
ready to
right?
go. Yeah. But you might not need to do that, so it might not be your pick.
Would that be like using nylon for like durable
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah. Like the P1P is completely open frame. The newer one is, I think I just made it a little bit prettier, but it's still essentially P1P
Yeah.
with a few additions.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, Bill.
My face is just too attractive.
It is.
Oh.
There we go. There's the benchy. That's what it made. That's actually darn decent. That is a decent benchy. Have a look.
What's the other one?
Oh, here's the other one.
Did
Okay.
I get them mixed up?
I know, right? Okay. So let's see. I'll go right here. So this one. I was like, hold a flat piece behind me so I have a stage. So here's the one that was before. I'll get that focused. See if it can. Oh, is it focusing on my face? This is so difficult.
Just get out of the frame completely.
Okay, there we go. This is the first one. There's the second one. Like you look at the bow, it's shiny.
Is it more shiny than the first one?
I don't know. So here's the first one. It has a little bit more of a, maybe not.
They look exactly the same.
They look the same. There we go. All right.
It didn't seem like it was any faster either.
New one.
You want?
I didn't time it, but the print time seemed like they're pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay,
Oops,
so
that was loud.
jeez,
Sorry
man.
about that.
They look fine.
They look identical. They like even where it's more matte and more glossy from the.
This one. So that one, if you put a light on it, so
Yes,
if we use the phone.
slightly
You know what I'm talking
rougher.
about, right?
Yeah,
A little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more. See how that one's all shiny right there?
Yeah.
See that one's got a little bit of layer imperfection if you put a hard light on it? Just a tad bit. Okay, so then
Very-
the firmware update probably did slightly better input shaping.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
But
this
it
is
could.
good. This is good. It's super good.
Yeah. It could just be variation between the prints themselves because each 3D print's slightly different.
Could be. Well, I'm happy with this result. I'm really glad we followed the instructions and
your instructions.
and redid the input shaping. If you want more information on the QIDI X Max 3, there's a link in the description. You can go to just look up QIDI. What's the link's down in the description. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Angus, tell them how they can find more about you.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Muse, where I do stuff like this, but also combat robotics and basically anything that empowers your creativity through technology.
Ooh. All right, Bill, how can they find more about Punish Props?
All our stuff is over at punishprops.com. We have a YouTube channel where we teach people how to make props and costumes. We do some 3D printing.
There you do.
But our next project is all made out of EVA foam.
Nice.
We do a lot of it as well, including our Foamsmith line of books. If you want to learn about making props and costumes from foam, that's the place to do it.
Where can they see you next?
Might be a little while because I might need to get over the jet lag after LTX.
But
LTX is next. I thought you meant my next video.
No. So you'll see Angus at LTX. I'll be up there too. Bill, what's your next event? Where can they see you next?
Dragon Con, Atlanta, Georgia.
Every year, right?
Labor Day weekend.
Him and all of the amazing, talented people that he and I know some of them, go and show off their amazing stuff. You and Ash would have an amazing time.
Oh, it'd be amazing. Yeah.
Well, all right. I love you all. We're gonna go get some lunch.
Yeah.
And do some cool things. Really glad QIDI sent this in, and I'm glad we have a positive result at the end. That makes my heart grow 7 sizes. I guess I'll end it. If you made this far, you're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more, fight for a cause you believe in, drink tasty things.
Do that.
And as always, high five.
Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah.
There it is. There it
Nice.
is. Complete.
Crisp.
Yes. There we go. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.